half Memphis. It's time for Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. The first hour of Sports Time is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. Landon Schmidt producing. We're Sports Time. We're with you for the next 3 hours and a lot to discuss this afternoon. We've got the NBA playoffs, some Major League Baseball. Since it's a Wednesday, we've got a lot of day baseball. Some that are a lot already going right now, more later tonight. We'll talk some golf as we'll have to make our picks a little bit later with John Gone. We'll talk some college football, college basketball, NFL, a little bit of everything over these next 3 hours. But Brett, how are you this afternoon?
Brian, I'm doing well. I like that lid you got on. I wish they were playing better than they are, playing as well as you look in that lid. But just got one in the ninth, down 6-2. Gave away one in the top of the ninth. And I'm very sorry. I was wrong yesterday on how they're playing this out. I don't mind being wrong on picks and predictions and stuff like that. I can't stand being wrong on fact. And I was that yesterday. I thought this was going to be day-night doubleheader.
Oh, yeah,
it's not.
It's in like June or July or something like that.
July. The next time Milwaukee comes to town, they're going to do it because the Cardinals are leaving after this to go to San Diego to play tomorrow. They would be leaving if they play day-night right now. I mean, they'd be leaving at 1 or 2 in the morning, landing in San Diego at 5 or 6. So I don't know if they had an option. I don't know where Milwaukee's going from that, but I was wrong in that yesterday. But one out in the ninth, and the Cardinals trailing 6-2 to the Brewers. Don't look now. As I mentioned yesterday in Not Top Story, Tampa Bay Rays are hot. They're doing it again. Yeah, they've already won today, 3-0.
Yeah, they're playing well. It was a fun game earlier today, and they just keep winning, and they look good doing it. And, another win for them over the Blue Jays, so it's looking really, really nice for them. The Cubs last night, another thriller of a victory for them with a win over the Reds. They keep rolling. So, the baseball really, really good right now. Dodgers rolling after losing last night to the Astros. They're up 10-1 over the Astros. So far, a pretty good day of baseball. A couple games getting ready or just starting, getting ready to start. And then we'll have a little bit of a break until we get back going around 5:40 or so.
Astros really get the bad break. Carlos Correa gone for the year, injured his ankle, heard something pop. That's how fragile it is. That's why I'm for them making everything they can make. First of all, the market demands it, commands it. It's there. It's being made. So the players, no rainbows. The ones making the rainbows need the money. One snap in the bat in pregame batting practice, and he's done for the year. 31, 32 years old. That's how the beginning of the end looks.
Yeah, and then
for a great player. Yeah,
and then you saw last night a couple of other injuries. Today already, Tyler Glasnow had to leave the game with an injury. So the injury bug is going around Major League Baseball. I know Church for the Cardinals, he had to leave the game today with an injury. So a lot of injuries right now around Major League Baseball, and you hate to see it. And especially like you mentioned with Correa, a lot of these other guys, I don't think too major of injuries, but for Correa to be out for the rest of the season, that's definitely brutal for the Astros.
I don't know why. I'm not saying this generation of players soft and can't play through stuff. Look, when you hear something pop in your ankle, I mean, whether it was 100 years ago or now, I mean, you don't rub dirt on it. But I will say this on the next headline I'm going to get to. Never seen a generation of softer horses than this.
Ah, yes. I was thinking of you when I saw that headline come across a little bit ago. It's the trend now, Brett.
Golden Tempo will not run at the Preakness in 2 weeks. We'll try to give it a go at the Belmont. Softest horse generation ever.
Well, I'll let you claim that because I don't really know much about the different eras of the horses and how tough or soft they are.
Well, used to horses were tougher than this.
I believe it. I can't say it for a
They're
fact.
They're just so coddled now.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's just they get everything, and so it was Hated to see that news. Obviously, we talked so much about the Kentucky Derby last week, and so few horse races that we have. It's really just the Triple Crown that people really even give attention to. And so when you have that first Kentucky
Party's
Derby,
over.
That's right. All that idea of, you have an opportunity to win the Triple Crown, and then to immediately say, not a couple days later say, hey, we're not going to run in that. I mean, it really puts a damper on it. I think that will hurt ratings and people being interested in that race and moving forward. So, really hate it. I know we've talked before about, maybe changing the schedule a little bit, giving a little more time in between those races, because I think something has to happen. This isn't like it's a one-off. It feels like every year we're seeing this now.
Third Derby winner in the past 5 years not to be entered in the Preakness for various reasons. I'm reading directly from the story. It is the 6th time in 8 years the Preakness will happen with no chance of a Triple Crown on the line.
Wow.
American Pharoah in 2015, Justify in 2018. The only horses to sweep all 3 races over the last 4 decades.
Wow. Yeah.
Softest horse era ever.
Yeah, you bring great facts about it. I mean, you got the facts down on the.
They're
soft
scared of horse
generation.
flies more than they've ever been.
Brad, I can't blame him. I'm also scared of horse
Me too.
flies. So I guess I'm.
Well, you
with
get a
the
horse fly
horses.
near chlorine and swimming pool.
Yeah, no,
There's
thank you.
damage done.
No, thank you. I don't want any part in that. I guess we can keep the injury train rolling. Joel Embiid, star for the 76ers, and has made a big difference in the playoffs. He's going to miss game 2 tonight with injuries. So big blow for the 76ers. Oh yeah, he hasn't looked anywhere
I
near
didn't see
100%.
Golden Tempo taking the shots he takes.
No, that is fair. But him being out tonight for the 76ers, that is a massive blow to this Philadelphia team.
Softer era, NBA players or horses?
I'm gonna go horses.
I think horses.
You made a very strong case about the horses, so I think I'm gonna go with the ponies.
I do too, and I hate it for that. But I don't want Golden Tempo hurt.
No.
And if their owners, remember the great answer Dick Girardi gave me. I don't know if it was last year, might have been 2 years ago, and I asked, wondering, bewildered, whimsically, I asked, are these owners a lot of times Middle Eastern, oil-rich countries that the money doesn't mean anything to them? But I said, are they worried about the potential stud fees? He goes, these owners that are from there, they're not worried about what they're making in stud fees. It's just peanuts to them. But I don't know the justification for it. The 2 weeks, it's the big thing, and as Dick told us last week, that's probably changing next year.
Yeah, and I think it's probably a good idea. Like you said, 3 of the last 5.
It's 6 out of 8.
Yeah, that one's even crazier. So it's a trend, and these owners are showing it's not like it's the same person or the same group of people that are making these decisions every year. They're making that decision of, hey, we just can't have that quick of a turnaround from one major event to the next one. And so I think it would be good for horse racing as a whole to spread it out a little bit more, because like we said, I mean, everyone gets excited for the Kentucky Derby, and then after that, really that excitement is from, hey, can we see a Triple Crown? Can we see a horse do something really remarkable? And then when you again, the race was Saturday, it's Wednesday, and they've already announced he's not going to race in that event, or they're not going to race in that event. So, to already go out and say that, I feel like that's going to take a lot from the next race, and I think it would probably do horse racing good to spread it out a little bit more.
A couple of things from college football today. One thing, the quote from Bubba Cunningham, the outgoing AD, outgoing athletics director at North Carolina, he would, and I'm getting the tweet. It says, UNC AD Bubba Cunningham was asked a question that should terrify every non-revenue sport in America. And the question was this: is a starting wide receiver who costs $2.5 million more valuable to an athletics department than your men's and women's tennis program? And he said the uncomfortable answer is yes. That's just the truth. That's the economics of it.
Yeah.
I wish it were different.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hate, we talked about it last week with Arkansas and their tennis program, and then, you see more and more stories, it seems like every week, every day, about other universities having to make those same decisions with various programs. And so I hate to see it happen, but yeah, I mean, when you're throwing around this type of money and the money that football brings in, there becomes a ranking system, and some things are more important than others. And, in this day and age, going out there and paying these football players for what it does for the athletic department as a whole, it lands higher. And so it's unfortunate. I hate it for those other sports, but, it's sadly where we're at right now.
It's just every business in the country, something that an employee, a division, a product, whatever it is that can and will, it has been proved over and over again that it will make you money up against something that over and over again, no matter what you spend on it, will not make you anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, like you said.
I don't think that's hard.
No, it's business. It is, it's the money game. It's, like you said, it's uncomfortable to have to say it and have to talk about it. And, I hate to see it happening around the country, but, these athletic departments have to make decisions. And again, the money that sport is bringing in, it's hard to argue with it.
Brad Crawford, he speaks. Remember when he had his way too early projection, he had the Tigers in as his group of 6 team. It's 6 now, right?
That's right.
Group of 16, that's with the Pac. Well, he's done his after spring football practice list. We'll do ours that last Friday in May. I think that's Friday, May 29th. That's when we'll do our last one. And then the next one we do in August is the one we live with. And we really look back at these other two and laugh.
Oh, yeah. We absolutely
because we'll be so right in August.
That's right. Oh, yeah. We will knock it out of the park in August.
Well, he's moved Memphis out and UNLV in. We know they play Saturday, August 29th. Yeah. That's a leg up in anybody's bracket for the winner.
No, it definitely is. We saw another bracket. I guess it was either early this week or late last week. I don't remember when, but we were having the same conversation about it. It feels like Memphis, UNLV, they're both going to be in that running for that group of 6 spot. And so that game's very important. The game a couple weeks later against Boise, very important.
Don't forget Arkansas State in the Sun Belt.
No, that's definitely going to be a tough one.
A little tournament to start the year in effect for the Tigers.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be an easy non-conference slate for the Tigers. So to start in week 0 against UNLV, that could be an elimination game for one of those teams.
What if after the long trip out to Boise, 3-0?
Yeah.
What if?
That'd be great. That'd be a great start to the season.
I mean, that's the leader for that spot.
Yeah. No, a lot would have to go right after that. But
it may be one to play with if you can come back and win the American Conference Championship game.
Yeah. No, it definitely could be, and it's the. How hard it is for a group of 6 teams because, even after a 3-0 start, if you're beating UNLV, Boise State, if you have those 2 wins in your back pocket, it's still, you still feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to go out there and be as close to perfect as you can be to make that college football playoff. So it's not going to be easy for any of these teams, but, that slate that Memphis has, if they can take advantage of it, they'll put themselves in a really, really nice spot as they really start to interconference play.
Well, I'll do this quickly because I know we got to get moving. His 5-12 game on campus, Brad Crawford's 5-12 game on campus in Athens, number 5 Georgia hosting number 12 UNLV. Number 6 Indiana hosting on campus in Bloomington, number 11 Ole Miss. And remember, the schools, they do reserve the right to move that game. Like if Indiana got that great an offer from the Dome in Indianapolis, they could. I don't think they would. I think they would want to play it, but they could do that. But they have that call. So 6-11 Indiana against Ole Miss, 7 versus 10 in Lubbock. I don't think that's going to be the case with Sorsby out and Sorsby not getting back in. But he has 7 Texas Tech against 10 SMU, Old Southwest Conference game.
Yeah, that's right.
8 Ohio State in Columbus against OH.
I
almost forgot there, mentioned Ohio State. Number 8 Ohio State at home hosting LSU. Then the winners advancing. The winner of the 8-9 game would play Miami in the Peach Bowl. The winner of the 5-12 game playing in the Fiesta Bowl against Notre Dame. The 7-10 game, that's the Old Southwest Conference game, advancing to play in another Old Southwest Conference game in the ultimate game for the Old Southwest Conference in the Cotton Bowl against Texas. And if Ole Miss and Indiana indeed are the 6-11 game, and if Ole Miss got the upset, advancing to play Oregon in the granddaddy of them all, Rose Bowl.
Wow. That'd be a lot of fun.
Take Brett right in.
Oh, yes.
his college football life would be complete.
That would be really fun. That would be a really, really cool
I'd get down on all fours and kiss the ground of the Rose Bowl Stadium at the Rose Bowl game.
That would be really, really fun. So, yeah, hopefully he's right in that aspect. Hopefully he's not right in the UNLV aspect of it.
A lot can change.
Oh, a lot can change. And we're going to, like you said, this was his post-spring ball. We're going to start seeing a lot of these start rolling out after spring practice wraps up, and these great reporters are getting their intel from different places of what happened in spring. So we'll definitely keep an eye on all of these way too early projections. But we've got a busy show today, so let me set it up before we get to top and not top story of the day. 3:30, we'll talk the NBA playoffs. 2 games last night, 2 more tonight. It'll be game 2 in both of the games later tonight. Knicks and 76ers, Spurs and Timberwolves, can't get my words out today. We'll talk about both of those games later tonight. We'll go back and recap what happened last night as well. 3:45, we'll talk some baseball. There's already a lot of baseball in action right now, so we'll talk about what's happened today. We'll talk about what happened last night, maybe preview a couple of the games later this evening. 4 o'clock, John Gowen from Timber Trust. He'll join us, talk some golf, and make our weekly picks with John. John's been killing it on the picks. That's the first and the only nice thing I'm going to say about John's picks. Well, that's true.
He's a pro just playing with us mere ants.
He really is. So, he can win the pro division and we can battle it out for the amateur. That's
right. He wins the pro.
That's right.
I win the senior AM division.
That's right. And then so it's just me and Landon battling it out for the amateur division. That's right. So
sophomore of the year, I'm going for.
Okay. Wow. I didn't know that was. I've never heard of sophomore of the year. So that's.
Well, Brian, you could call it comeback player of the year in the AM division.
I really could. That's look. I've got a lot of time to think of the different awards that I'm going to win this year.
Everybody gets a trophy. That's what we're all about.
But we don't do participation trophies. We earn our trophies.
You got to get on the field.
That's right. You got to earn it. But we do earn trophies around here. But we'll do a lot of golf talk at 4 o'clock. 4:30, we'll talk some NBA draft. We really are getting close to that draft lottery over the weekend. Sunday afternoon, we will know where the Grizzlies are picking with their first pick in that NBA draft. 4:45, we'll get the big number of the day. 5 o'clock, Rob Fisher. He'll join us from the Grizzlies television network. Talk a lot of NBA with Rob. 5:30, we'll talk about what's trending. And at 5:45, we'll wrap up today's show like we always do with Moe's Crunch Time. Let me remind you, we're in our Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo. It's going on right now, but don't wait too much longer. It only runs through May 10th. It's the battle of the brands. 7 manufacturers, they're all fighting for your business. Hot tubs starting at $34.99, with swim spas starting at just $16,999. Mention this ad and receive a free cover lift with your spa purchase. So head out there to Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40.
He's Brian. I'm Brad. Our producer's Landon Schmidt. We are Sportstime, and we're live and local and with you until 6 o'clock. And we want you to be with us by texting or calling 901-360-8255. Hit us up at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and talk line. All our guests would join us on the Sissy's Log Cabin guest line at 901-360-8255. Always live and local from our Family Leisure Studios. Grateful and proud of that. Thank you to everyone at Family Leisure for being so with us all these years. And this hour brought to you every day by Lexus of Memphis. And they've been with us forever, too, and we appreciate all our great sponsors, and we wouldn't have all our great sponsors without our great listeners. So thank you to one and all. Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. They have great offers on all the 2026 models and always special leasing options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. You can call them at 901-334-9673, but stop by Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway, the only Lexus dealership in Memphis, and that's where you can put yourself in the driver's seat of the all-new 2026 flagship LS500, and you'll be driving in style. When you purchase a Lexus, you get top-of-the-line engineering and design, and they make for the safe luxury driving experience. Online at lexusofmemphis.com. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
top story of the day.
Well, my top story of the day, it is the NBA playoffs last night. Two interesting games. The first one, it was the Cavaliers and the Pistons. The Pistons get the win 111-101, but it was a lot closer than that score reflects. The Cavaliers went on a run in the fourth quarter, made it really, really close, and there was some thought of maybe they would come back and win that game, but the Pistons able to do enough late to get that 10-point win. They were led by Cade Cunningham, who had 23 points. He was 6 for 19 from the field, added 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Tobias Harris, who's been great throughout the playoffs, he had 20. He was 6 for 14, only 1 for 5 from 3. Jalen Duren, he was 4 for 11, but had 11 points and 12 rebounds, added 4 assists as well. Got some nice production from the bench as well. So a nice night for the Detroit Pistons. On the other side, for the Cavaliers, just not enough late to secure that comeback. The second game, though, it was the Thunder with a 108-90 win over the Lakers, and really wasn't a great game from the Oklahoma City Thunder, but even not playing as sharp as they usually do, they're still able to get an 18-point win over the Lakers. I don't think that that means very good things coming for the Los Angeles Lakers the rest of the way. OKC in full control in any series they play. It feels like it's going to be really tough for them to beat. So 2 games last night, both those games game 1. Now we'll turn the page to game 2s tonight, and it'll start at 6 o'clock on ESPN. We finally get the traditional doubleheader over on ESPN after the last 2 nights. It's been kind of the hour and a half difference in the overlap, but it'll start at 6 o'clock. 76ers now without Joel Embiid. That line, New York, a 10.5-point favorite after what the Knicks did in that first game against 76ers without Joel Embiid in there. I fear that we are going to see another pretty easy win from the New York Knicks. Then that second game, Timberwolves and Spurs. We'll see what the Spurs look like in game 2 after losing the first game at home. Should be 2 very entertaining games.
All right, Brian, with your trained eye, and I'm serious about this. Did Detroit look freed up to you last night?
They looked
more unlocked.
It looked more. It looked like they were moving in that direction. It didn't look completely unlocked, but it looked like they were playing a little more free than they had in round 1.
A little better, and that's experience. That's laps around the track. That's near-death experience.
Yeah. Well, and even Jalen Duren, didn't have a great night shooting. He looked more comfortable out there after the first round. So I think they're starting to get to that point.
My top story, get the parade route ready for back-to-back in Oklahoma City. We're going to enjoy all these playoffs. We're going to talk about them every day. I'm going to watch them every night, every weekend in the afternoon. We're going to have fun with it. It's all a formality. It's all just kind of boiling down to Oklahoma City doing it again, because who's really going to beat them 4 times in 2 weeks? Yeah. Who's going to beat them 2 times in 2 weeks? I maybe someone might get 2, but I think they are built for a dynastic run, and it's nasty. And while Memphis twiddled, they lapped us. Yeah. They zoomed past us and became a juggernaut.
Yeah, they really have. It's been really, really fun to watch what they've done over these last couple of years.
Not top story of the day.
Well, my not top story of the day, it is kind of the NBA draft with the lottery on Sunday. Last night, I don't know if you saw this, Brett, but the NHL had their draft lottery last night.
You see who won?
Right when we were in, I did see who won at Toronto, which was insane.
It's just going to break those people's hearts even more. They can't hurt me anymore.
No, they can't hurt you.
I'm bulletproof.
You've gotten away from them. So
I've got my team now, the Sabres.
Brett, did you catch any of the draft lottery last night?
my new team?
I did.
My Sabres.
I just tried to gloss right over it. I just tried to move past it. But did you see any of the draft lottery last night?
I did not. Caught none of it.
The NHL
did not know it was occurring.
Well, I didn't either until I saw it on TV, if I'm being honest. But the NHL has moved to what I've heard a lot of people say they want from the NBA, where they do it in front of the camera. The entire draft lottery, they load all the ping pong balls in there. They walk you through the entire process. Brett, it is the most boring thing I have ever watched in my life. It is awful. It is awful. Look, I love the transparency. I know people want the transparency. Oh my gosh.
I think the NBA needs it to insulate themselves from the charges of tomfoolery.
I would like them, if they're going to put it out there, like post it on YouTube after the fact. I kind of like the let's show me the cards, because they had to start the clock for every 15 seconds, and they would let it roll.
If it's on YouTube, somebody will say they doctored.
That's fine. They can say whatever they want, Brett. The lottery right now, I enjoy watching the draft lottery. I will not if they turn it to that. It's just painful. It is so painful to watch.
Was it really?
Oh my gosh! Because Brett, they have to do it. They have to draw all these numbers, and so you have to
painstaking.
You have to start the clock for 15 seconds and let the balls go all around. And so every single time you go start the clock, and then they have to just wait there for 15 seconds, and all you hear is the ping pong balls rattling, and then they draw. They go number 7. Then they go, okay, well, here's who's eliminated with that ball being drawn. Then, okay, start the clock. It's another 15 seconds. Bing, 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 bing. It was bad. I do not want that for the NBA.
Okay. Well, I didn't know it was that bad, but in Toronto got lucky getting the first pick.
Maybe you might have enjoyed it. I did not enjoy it. They got very lucky getting the first pick, though.
Well, I like lottery, though, but and I always have, and I just think it's I think you're talking to a real loon that thinks there was something funny with Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's insane.
I mean, I don't want to go near Dallas and Dealey Plaza with that person.
No, definitely not.
I mean, there's guns everywhere.
Oh man, yeah, it would be something crazy.
My not top story: the coaches, they want to get rid of the conference championship games. I like some of the things put out by the American Football Coaches Association yesterday. I wish it had more teeth. I wish their ADs would listen to them more, and I wish the conference commissioners would listen to their coaches and their ADs more. It's almost like it's in reverse when I think it should be the commissioner working for the conferences. Instead, it's like you're working for one person in a lot of these conferences. And wherever the shoe fits, wear it. I'm not really directing it at one person. I'm directing it really at all. But I like the idea. The conference championship games, great idea. Very 90s idea, though. There were a lot of other great ideas in the 90s. Double-breasted suits were a great idea in the 90s. It's not such a good idea now, is it?
No, definitely not.
There were CDs were a great idea in the 90s, weren't they?
Not anymore.
Not so much. A lot of great things came out of the 90s, and we left them along the way.
That's right.
And that's what's going to happen to the conference championship.
It feels like it. It feels like we're definitely moving in that direction. But that'll do it for top and not top story of the day. Let's get to our first break, and when we return, we're talking more about the NBA playoffs. That comes your way next on Sports Time.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I have so many people tell me they hear my ads on this station and that they want to know if I'm really as bad a golfer as everyone says. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. And yes, I hate to say I am. I wish I were in my 90s because I could then tell people I shoot my age. But being a bad golfer is not terrible because I devote so much of my time to selling homes to keep my clients happy. Over the many years in the real estate business, I developed a highly successful strategic marketing program, not merely a listing program. Using preparation, presentation, and proper pricing, it works. If you're thinking of selling, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers and make sure that I am one of them. Find out why people often say that when you want the job done, call Shell Dunn. That's Shell Dunn Rosengarten, 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now. Shell Dunn, 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com.
Hey, you ready to bang? Bangers Pickleball in South Haven is now open with 10 courts, a restaurant, and 3 bars. New to pickleball? No problem. Take a free Bangers 101 class to learn. Bangers offers a great time for everyone, and there's no membership required. Bangers even has events for you non-pickleballers like mahjong, trivia, whiskey, and wine tasting. Bangers Pickleball has it all. All the rage, all the fun, all for you. Please dink responsibly at Bangers Pickleball, 6787 Snowden Lane, South Haven, Mississippi. Let's bang.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Memphis, your Saturday mornings are about to get a little spicier. Get heaping helpings of SEC sports with the Back Porch, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM, starting at 10 a.m. Back Porch features experts interviewing big-name guests, discussing big-time topics, and chopping up all things Southeastern Conference. You'll get plenty of facts, opinions, and perspective, all of it about the SEC. The Back Porch, Saturday mornings from 10 to 11, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Give yourself a little bit of extra time out here. It's been busy with a couple of wrecks in their cleanup stages, already showing signs of building. Certain sections of Sam Cooper going outbound as you work your way back up on the interstate there off Sam Cooper. 240 looks like it's gotten a little bit heavier both directions, actually 240 east and westbound over here between Poplar and Walnut Grove. Hey, Mother's Day coming up this weekend. You know where to go. Shop local at Weimer's Jewelry, located 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you, and we've got to talk these NBA playoffs. Last night, 2 games. It started with the Cavs and the Pistons. Pistons with a 111-101 win over the Cavaliers. But this game was closer than that final score. I know it was only a 10-point win for the Pistons, but it got close late. It looked like at one point, Cleveland ties it with about 5 minutes left in the game. It looked like they had a lot of momentum and that they would be able to maybe rally and win that game. And then ultimately, they go up 101-107, they made it a close game late, 107-101. And it was like, okay, maybe too little, too late, but did like the effort from the Cavaliers. But the Pistons needed that one. If the Pistons had lost that game last night, we're right back to talking about what we talked about a lot last week with that last series against against Orlando. And,
of course, getting a lot of the blame is James Harden. Mm-hmm. Always on a playoff team, always kind of shopping for a ring, going team to team around the league. The turnovers last night, 7. My big number is going to be on James Harden at 445 when we get to that. He strolls right into the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. He is one of the greats of all time. Mm-hmm. He's simply not a champion.
Mm-mm. No. I mean, and like you said, he's an unbelievable player. And this Cavaliers team has really, needed somebody to really step up and kind of be that everybody get out of the way and just let me take over. A lot of people thought James Harden could maybe fill that role, just, not able to do it. Donovan Mitchell, now give him credit. He does do that, every once in a while. Hadn't been as often in the playoffs. But, you look at those two guys, and they combine 5 for 17 from 3. When those two guys are shooting that from 3, I mean, you look at their other options, they don't have a lot of three-point shooting options outside those two guys in their starting lineup. Max Strus did go out there, go 4 for 8 from 3, so that helped a little bit. But you shoot 37% from 3, and Donovan Mitchell and James Harden go 5 for 17. I mean, that's just not a recipe for success.
It looked to me like Detroit was fine with them shooting them. They were. Yeah. We will give you that.
Mm-hmm. No, you definitely saw that. And so, and we talked about in the last segment, this Detroit team, playing a little more free. It looks like they're a little more comfortable out there now that they don't have their backs against the wall like they did against Orlando. But you look at the way they played. Cade Cunningham, really nice game for him. You feel really comfortable. Pretty much every game out that he's going to give you, a lot when he's out there. But Tobias Harris, the job he has done throughout the playoffs for Detroit, he has been massive. I mean, there have been some games, especially going back in that Orlando series, where they didn't have many options. I mean, it was a struggle, but Tobias Harris was out there knocking down shots and playing extremely well. So, he has been a breath of fresh air for that team, but they need a lot of these other guys to get going. I think you're starting to see a little bit of that last night, but, they need more from Jalen Duren. They need more from Asor Thompson. They need more from a couple of these guys off the bench that were really big in the regular season. Those guys now have to step up in the playoffs.
We talk about of the three big sports, football, basketball, baseball, on the professional level. Which one is the ring, getting a ring, the big thing, and which one are you more labeled maybe in a negative light for not? Well, I think the latter, the negative, it's the NBA because it's usually, I know it's more than 5, but only 5 starters, baseball, 8 fielders in the pitcher, NFL, 11 on each side. So you're not stuck with it. Now, quarterbacks get it in the NFL more than anyone else. Baseball, there's not a particular position that gets stuck with it. And I don't think generationally through the years, Ted Williams never won one. Yeah. Ernie Banks never won one. You could go through great play. Barry Bonds never won a World Series, did he?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Hank Aaron won one, the 57 Milwaukee Braves, but it doesn't stay with the baseball guys like it does James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul. You go back through the years, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, and others.
Yeah, I think it's a really good point. I think, if you were to rank those three, I think, the baseball is certainly the least because, I mean, you're right. It really doesn't matter. I mean, look at Mike Trout. I mean, we always kind of talk about, man, Mike Trout's never in the playoffs, but it's almost kind of like wow, that's so weird. It's never a kind of knock on him as a player because.
But it's never first with him in the criticism. It's first with Harden.
I'm saying it's not criticism for Mike Trout. Nobody ever brings that up with Mike Trout. The only time you ever hear anybody talk about Mike Trout in the playoffs, it's more of like wow, that's kind of crazy that he hasn't had more at bats in the playoffs.
It's a 1 minute story. It's not even a 1 day story.
Exactly. And so
there's whole weekend talk shows done on Harden and Westbrook.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, baseball, it's such an individual sport with so many players on the team that it's hard to label one guy with the whole team aspect. Right. The football with quarterbacks it is, but not really many other players. I mean, how many times do you get into an argument about a left tackle and you're like, oh man, he only won 1 Super Bowl. He didn't win any Super Bowls. I mean,
two guys I love watching. You don't ever hear a lack of ring around Randy Moss and Chris Carter.
No, not at all. And I mean, those are 2 wide receivers, some of the best playmakers to play the game. But with basketball, you're right.
Barry Sanders. It never gets mentioned.
No, it doesn't. But with basketball, I think it is because only 5 guys out on a court. These superstars, they become the superstars because there's so few guys on the court at a time. And so, yeah, it really sticks with them a lot more. I mean, it's the first thing whenever people talk about
and the money's big and all. So somebody said, well, they make so much. Well, they all make so much.
It definitely is. But it's the first thing that always comes. I mean, Jordan, LeBron, first thing people throw around is rings. I mean, it becomes so big in basketball. And yeah, with James Harden, it's a big lacking thing for him.
Right. Great point. When we just talked about him last week, when I realized, if that's a word, the league-wide number retirement for him. The first most dominant nugget, resume, bullet point of Bill Russell, all those championships.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That shuts it down.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge with basketball. And I guess it is just because they're, only 5 guys on the court. Those superstars can really dictate a game and affect a game. But, they need that type of player for Cleveland. And right now, it doesn't seem like they have that guy that can really step up and really alter a game.
No, it doesn't. I don't know that Donovan Mitchell is that big a superstar. He's good. Yeah. You'd love to have him.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. No, he's a star. I don't know. I think he's right outside of the superstar realm. I just don't think he's that. I think a lot of times Donovan Mitchell gets lost. And really, I think this Cleveland team, a lot of the time during the regular season, kind of gets lost out there. And, they always pop up there in the playoffs, and we kind of wait to see what they do. But with Donovan Mitchell, it just feels like, whether it was with the Jazz or now with the Cavaliers, we just I feel like we forget about him. And that would certainly make you not a superstar in the league, I think.
the second game last night, and especially with this extended stay, I sure hope the Lakers hotel's great in Oklahoma City for LeBron.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the hotel layout in Oklahoma City and how it's
Rob will,
different.
and I think it's one of those that they suspect to be haunted.
Oh, really?
Like the Pfister in Milwaukee.
Wow.
I think there's some issue if they all still stay at the same place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully with the NBA, it's above my price range. I'm going to a wedding later this year in Oklahoma City. I do not want to be staying in a haunted hotel.
No. Sure
I do not want any of that. So I need Rob to let us know about these hotels in Oklahoma City before I make my decision on where I'm staying. But yeah,
well, I got easy directions for you to get to Oklahoma City.
Well,
take the older new bridge and head west.
Very easy drive to Oklahoma. It's a long drive, but it is a very easy drive. But yeah, last night Oklahoma City didn't play great. It was not the best Oklahoma City game.
18.
Exactly, and still, I mean, made it look easy. And so, I mean, the Lakers have to be looking around and going, "Ooh, that does not bode well for us the rest of the way."
Boy, I saw Austin Reeves. What did they determine the injury? Because man, he got cracked at the top of the key.
Yeah, I don't know what ultimately
and he didn't
the
play
injury
well.
was. No, he didn't play well at all. It was a really, really rough game for him. 8 points, 4 turnovers, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 0 for 5 from 3, 3 for 16 from the field. Not a good game at all for him. But yeah, that was not pretty to look at this morning. Seeing those highlights roll around, and you know how the highlights go when something like that happens. You get it a couple times, and not really fun to watch. But yeah, just
well, it looked like his chest was broken.
No, it really did. It was ugly. It was really ugly.
Man, that's how that kind of hit. You can get a collapse lung or something.
No, you definitely can. So you got to be very, very careful with that, and hopefully he's all right. And hopefully
Bronny played
for them. Bronny did play. Didn't get a ton of run, which you can't when you're playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. But got out there, got his shoes on the court, so that's good for him.
I could never do this, but if you didn't watch, I'm going to watch, so I could never be the test case for this. If you didn't watch and just all right, the game's over, cover up the score, go to the box score. If Bronny played, they lost.
Well, that's
at playoff time.
Yeah, certainly
if
playoff
Bronny
time.
goes to score table, it's out of reach.
Yeah, that means not good news for them. And so yeah, I mean the Thunder, they go out there. They shoot 49% from the field, so it wasn't really a terrible game shooting the ball, 43% from 3, but you look at SGA, only 18 points for him, 8 for 15 from the field, had 7 turnovers. You talk about those turnovers. What the Lakers were doing against him, it was causing some trouble for the MVP, but I don't think there's going to be very many more games, maybe even throughout the rest of the playoffs, that SGA finishes with only 18 points.
They won with their, we don't usually do pluses or minuses, but they won with their C-plus game.
Yeah, they definitely did.
And the announcers had it right. It was like a wasp nest on the defensive end.
Oh, yeah.
There were like 2 Carusos out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this Thunder team, and we talk about it all the time, the defense certainly doesn't get as much shine as the offense does. But what the Lakers do defensively, I mean, all of those guys are just pests on the defensive end. Alex Caruso, Lou Dort. SGA is an incredible defensive player. What Chet can do, protecting the rim. I mean, just all up and down that line. You keep going, but up and down that lineup, they not only have great offensive weapons, they got guys that can do it on the defensive end of the court too. They're really, really entertaining to watch.
Not healthy C-plus game and win easily.
Exactly, and I mean, so they got to be feeling good about that. And I'm sure it's going to look a lot better. I mean, you look around, Isaiah Hartenstein 8 points, Lou Dort 6 points, SGA 18. You go to the bench, some of those guys, Alex Caruso 5 points. Those nights aren't going to happen very often where everybody, those guys that play extremely well have those type of nights. It was fun to watch Jared McCain with 12 points for him. He shot the ball extremely well, 4 for 5 from 3. What an unbelievable trade that was for Oklahoma City. I mean, I know we always talk about the trades for OKC, but Jared McCain, before he got injured last year, he was well on his way to being Rookie of the Year. And then he gets injured, and the 76ers, they have that roadblock at the guard position. And they just say, we'll just make a trade, OKC, here. Take him. And now, I mean, he's a little shaky defensively.
Established winner.
But yeah, I mean, he can shoot the ball, and you're right. He's a winner. He makes winning plays. So this is just really
Oklahoma City calls,
game.
hang up.
Yes, because they're going to win the trade.
You're going to get fleeced.
You are absolutely going to get fleeced. They are going to win the trade, no doubt. But tonight, 2 games. It starts at 6 o'clock with the Knicks and the 76ers. The news earlier today, Joel Embiid will not play with an ankle injury. Right now, New York, a 10.5-point favorite. Directly after that game, we'll have Timberwolves and Spurs. San Antonio, after losing game 1 on their home court, 9.5-point favorite. Brett, your quick predictions for tonight on these 2 games.
Well, my Knicks.
Try it.
I think they win easily in San Antonio.
Yeah, no, I think both home teams get it done tonight. I think
what's the money line on San Antonio? It's got to be popping.
It's got to be crazy. I don't even know what it is right now, but it's 9.5. Let's see. Minus 410 for them to.
That's not gaming.
No, nothing gaming about
gaming
that.
Is very little down, a lot.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's what we like to see. But I think both home teams get the win tonight. But both those games on ESPN tonight, a traditional doubleheader over on ESPN starting at 6 o'clock. But we need to get to another break, and when we return, we'll talk some Major League Baseball, a lot of day baseball this afternoon. We'll discuss all the action next on Sports Time.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Looking for a new home? Then look to the real estate agent who can help you find just what you're looking for. Lauren Tagg Hill with Ware Jones Realtors. Hi, I'm Lauren, and I know the Memphis housing market in and out. Whether you are buying or selling, I've got you covered. So stop looking, start living in your new home today. Call me at 901-550-0330 or my office 901-450-4011 or go to our website warejones.com and let Lauren Hill make your dream home become a reality.
Napa Cafe celebrates 28 years in 2026.
Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. If you are a first-time guest or have dined with us countless times, I want to thank you for making us part of your lives. Whether you're celebrating with the crowd or planning a cozy date night on the town, Napa Cafe can provide you an extraordinary evening. We have 5 dining rooms, including our private wine cellar, our Jan's room for 2 guests, and the Eleanor room for parties up to 60. Sit back, relax, and celebrate. Leave the cooking to us. Come see me at Napa Cafe, 5101 Sanderlin Avenue. We're open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. We also offer curbside pickup from our full menu. For details on our stay-in, dine-out menu or reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. We can't wait to serve you.
Come join in and celebrate 28 years of Napa Cafe in 2026.
Chris Price here with Metro Builders. In the wake of recent storms in the Mid-South, we saw severe damage, and our prayers go out to all those impacted. Believe it or not, much of this damage has still not been discovered. Most of us do not look up and take notice to displaced shingles, small water stains on our ceilings, and many of the silent ways water attacks our homes. This type of silent damage is unsightly, and if left for a period of time, become unhealthy to you and your family. At Metro Builders, our team of Hague certified technicians and fully trained estimators are ready to come out, evaluate any concerns you may have, from climbing your roof and evaluating your shingles or TPO to opening a wall or ceiling for further inspection. We get paid to look up and climb. If you have an insurance claim that requires restoration or need a contractor that accepts all insurance carrier scopes, Metro Builders understands the way to restore a home or office either back to its pre-existing condition or upgrading that space. Call me. 901-375-1717. That's 901-375-1717 or metrobuildersmemphis.com.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Brett, Cubs might never win again, or never lose again. They keep winning.
I'm not convinced. I'm convinced they're not ever lose, especially at home. They might lose a time or two on the road, but never again on the north side. Friendly confines. And the Ivy's coming out.
Yes, and forget about any type of curses around the Cubs, because that is like sacred ground up there at Wrigley. Is. They just cannot lose.
Well, they've won one in 118 years. You got to give them credit.
No, you definitely do. I mean, that's huge.
The Cardinals have won already won 2 in their new ballpark, and the Cubs have won 1 in their new ballpark in 118 years.
But there's levels to this, There's levels, and they just maybe one day they'll be at that level. No, they're really good, and these last 2 games, the way that they've been winning these with these walk-off homers or these walk-off hits. As a walk-off hit last night, as a walk-off homer the night before. The Reds have looked good. I mean, the Reds have gotten the leads. It's been late in the game.
Get that 27th out.
They just can't put it away, and so last night it was the unfortunate injury to the Cincinnati reliever Pagan, who went down, and then after that, that's really where they struggled. Ended up giving up that final run in the 10th inning. But just gotta give the Cubs a lot of credit. They've been lights out so far this season.
They have been. Can they maintain it?
That's a good question. I mean, like you said, they've been really good at home. Can they do this, when they go on these long road trips, and can they keep living like this? Obviously we talk about the Dodgers and all their come from behind wins that they've had this year. You look at that lineup and it is just absolutely stacked. Can this Cubs team continue to be down in the 6th, 7th, 8th inning and be able to rally back and win these games? I don't think it's sustainable. I think they're going to need to have better starts, but it's so far so good for the Cubs. They'll play again later tonight, one of the night games tonight.
24 wins.
That's right. Yeah, 24-12. I mean, they're rolling, but they'll be back in action tonight, 6:40 against the Reds, and we'll see if they can add another win.
And one of the bigger baseball stories today was the passing at 87 years old of Ted Turner, one of the real rebel owners of the 70s and owned the Atlanta Hawks as well, and did it with cable television and a great idea. And look at the lasting legacy and imprint he put on television and how diverse it is. We've talked a lot in the last few days about the Braves and TBS and their announced crew, and John Sterling was on it. And now Ted Turner, he did a lot of things that rankle the old guard, but the modern owner, that rebel, that firebrand that was Jerry Jones, he was modeling himself right after Ted Turner. Mark Cuban, same thing. A lot of these more colorful owners, and we really had an era in the 70s of colorful owners in baseball. Now they're all so antiseptic, almost all the same, sadly, across sport.
Yeah, no, it is. It is unfortunate because you're right. You kind of had those big.
It's just a business to them.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. And
it was goofy, and Billy Kuhn told him, get that uniform off and get out of that dugout. But at least he cared enough to strap it on and try to be manager for a day. It was dumb.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
but he cared.
Sure, you never question how much they care about that team, and now I think a lot of people do ask.
And it was extraordinary money at the time. I remember thinking, golly, that's just more money than you'll ever hear of in your life. And he said, I had enough sense to make $11 million and buy this team. I think I can fill out a lineup card.
Yeah, well, I think you're a pretty smart guy. Made all that money.
Just because you're smart in one thing doesn't mean you can manage a baseball team.
Definitely not. But I do like the passion, and I do think you question that with
he had that.
Owners.
And you need to go to YouTube. Put in the YouTube search his press conference after winning the America's Cup as Captain Courageous, the drunkest guy in public ever.
That's great.
You hear about drunk under the table. He fell down under the podium and had to reach up over it for the mic.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's one way to do it. But yeah, definitely sad news. His passing earlier today, and Braves, they got the win last night over Seattle. Matt Olson,
a revolutionary. Turner
really was really was. But last night win for the Braves. Matt Olson with the walk-off go ahead home run to put them up. Really impressive stuff from them.
I was sad to hear today from Ernie Johnson Jr. And again, we're missing that broadcast team. And he was doing an interview, of course, on CNN. And CNN was treating it like they should, because again, revolutionary at the vanguard. I mean, shooting star, the Steve Jobs of TV. I mean, he was just ahead of his time. The Bill Gates, he was ahead of his time. But Ernie Johnson said he didn't really love baseball.
Interesting.
That he was not that big a fan.
Interesting.
but he was big on Atlanta.
Sure. Oh, well, that's good. I mean, you gotta be passionate, and certainly he was. But 3 games going on right now across Major League Baseball. Angels up 5-1 over the White Sox. San Diego, San Francisco tied 1 apiece, and then Braves and the Mariners up 1-0 as they just scored in the 3rd inning. But we need to wrap up this first hour, get to another break, and when we return, we're talking some golf. John Goen from Timber Trust, he joins us next.
Here's something you don't see every day. It's a full-on brawl at Family Leisure. Oh, yeah. There's a battle of the brands happening right now through May the 10th with 7 different manufacturers all fighting it out for your business. Listen to this opening blow. Hot tubs starting at $34.99. Ouch! Then followed up with a mean right hook of swim spas starting at $16,999. That's a starting price. There are so many deals right now at Family Leisure, and the prices are just too low for me to even mention on the radio. One thing I can tell you, if you stop by Family Leisure and tell them you heard this on the radio, you're going to get a free cover lift with your spa purchase. But you better hurry in before all these great deals get knocked out. Technically, this is called the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo, but we're calling it the Battle of the Brands, happening now through May 10th at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Old Dominick Distillery is pouring Memphis pride into every cocktail. From the winning atmosphere at its downtown Memphis distillery to award-winning craft spirits, Old Dominick is pure Memphis spirit through and through. Swing by the distillery bar for a pregame cocktail or celebrate your wins with a guided tour and tasting. Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
I have so many people tell me they hear my ads on this station and that they want to know if I'm really as bad a golfer as everyone says. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors, and yes, I hate to say I am. I wish I were in my 90s because I could then tell people I shoot my age. But being a bad golfer is not terrible because I devote so much of my time to selling homes to keep my clients happy. Over the many years in the real estate business, I developed a highly successful strategic marketing program, not merely a listing program. Using preparation, presentation, and proper pricing, it works. If you're thinking of selling, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers and make sure that I am one of them. Find out why people often say that when you want the job done, call Sheldon. That's Sheldon Rosengarten, 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now. Sheldon, 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. Do you know what Penny Hardaway and I have in common? We should both be in that building celebrating the best basketball players of all time. Of course, I'll have to buy a ticket to get in, but he should already be there. But seriously, we both surround ourselves with the best people we can find. We work hard to achieve our goals, and we are both among the best in our respective fields. At Fiveash, we can't win titles or get national awards, but what we can and do strive to do is give 100% of ourselves to give you the best product possible and one you can be proud of. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call at 901-367-0050, and we will do everything we can to provide you the best of everything. Fiveash Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. It looks like a minor wreck moved over to the side on 40 East at Jackson right there in the Midtown area. It's starting to build pretty good up through Midtown. We got some showers out here right in the heart of rush hour traffic as it starts to build on 240 East passing Mill Branch, getting on to 385 Bill Morris Parkway going outbound. Mother's Day, hey, it's this weekend. Make sure you stop by Weimer's Jewelry right now and shop local. Save a lot of money at Weimer's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Memphis's original sports station. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
And she says, I wish that I could be.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you as we start our second hour on this Wednesday afternoon. We've got to talk some golf, and we do it at this time every single week with John Goen. John, thanks so much for joining us. How are things over at Timber Trust this week?
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. A little wet right now, but, nothing we haven't needed. We've talked about it for the last, at least month or so. But still, I mean, even after really the last two, call it Tuesday, Wednesdays, we're still about 4.5 inches below normal for the year. So hopefully this trend doesn't swing back the other direction, but, desperately needed from our standpoint. So looking forward to hopefully being able to drain out today and have the lake and everything on the backside inside, lake banks by tomorrow, which, there's probably a pretty good chance of it. And we'll be ready for the weekend.
John, you don't mind Tuesday, Wednesday rains. You just don't want Friday, Saturday, Sunday rains, do you?
You are correct. If we can avoid all that stuff, then that'd be great. Nothing major right now. I mean, I think like we talked about, last week we got like 3 inches or so. By Thursday we were back off the path, and golf course was dried out for the weekend. We had a good weekend. Hosted a Under Armour kids event on Sunday, and nice. Had a decent start to the week before obviously the rains and everything starting yesterday. So, but definitely would take it much more during the week than during the weekend.
John, one of the many beauties of golf is, look, there's a tee box. There's yardage for everyone. I mean, you can play it really up, or you can go all the way back to the tips and really get humbled. What do you find the yardage should be for most weekend players?
So, it's funny. So, I mean, look, the older I have gotten, the more I enjoy up a little bit. I mean,
yes.
Realistically, our group on Saturdays and, realistically, whenever we play, we play the blue tees out at Timber Trust, which is just, like 62.50.
That's plenty.
And it's enjoyable for everybody.
Quicker.
Makes you feel good about yourself. We play, a little bit faster and things along those lines. So, tipped out at our place is 6,700 yards. So still, for your better players, not super long. I think that's what makes it enjoyable is, the front nine's about 400 yards shorter than the back nine. So the back nine is definitely more challenging. But, I think, look, you got to get a little bit beyond the ego with some of this stuff. Like I said, from my perspective, it's enjoyable, having a lot of wedges into holes, at Timber Trust. And, gives me the ability to still feel like I can play golf a little bit. Now, granted, then I get humbled when I go play in, maybe some PGA section events or something like that stretches us out a little bit. But, it's still, I enjoy it for day in, day out stuff. It keeps me playing golf a little bit more than I probably would if I still played from 6,700 to 7,000 yards. That just is not, at my age, enjoyable. So,
yeah. And I think that applies for most people to find a yardage where you can really have fun with it, where you can hit 6 and 7 and 8 irons in on most par fours. And John, that's why I love, and this year, I always had an appreciation for it, but I think this year, one of the holes at the Masters at Augusta National that really stood out as a fun hole, number 3, that short par 4, right before that long par 3, number 4 at Augusta, but that short par 4, number 3, that was the risk reward. I hope we do a lot of that next week at the PGA Championship at Aronimink. I like to go for par 4s.
Well, I think in general the majors have taken this approach. I think, the USGA might have actually been a bit of a trendsetter with that. at some of the U.S. Opens, and then everybody else has kind of jumped on board with it. I wouldn't be surprised, if you see some of that. In all reality, it wasn't the U.S. Open. Let's face it, it's what, 15 at TPC River Highlands that kind of started the conversation.
Sure did.
And then you kind of have seen more and more over the years, trying to get something to that point. I think we've talked about this before. I know at one point in time, at Southwind, we were talking about, do we try to make 15, drivable from the tee box there? Do we, maybe look at taking a couple trees down or moving a tee box over to the right or something along those lines to try to make 15? We talked about 12, and potentially expanding, dirt back into the lake there on 12 and trying to make 12 a risk reward, drivable par 4. So, it definitely has become a very trendy topic, and the majors have definitely gotten on board with it.
And John, a lot of conversation about our tournament this year, and we know it's going to be in August in the playoff format with a lot on the line, but a lot of concern and conversation about next year. Some of the rumor, and it's just that, of next year, our date could either be last weekend where the Cadillac Championship at Doral, where it was, or it could be this weekend leading into next year's PGA. Well, we've been the tournament the week before the major. You were out there for years when it was the week before the U.S. Open, and it kind of, through the years, cut both ways on that. It helps sometimes, it hurts sometimes, but can anybody have a golf course ready in Memphis for this time next year hosting a PGA Tour event?
Well, I think the biggest difference, to my knowledge, is, you would be a signature event, next year. Is what, again, rumor has out there that, you would become a signature event, which I think that changes the dynamic of it from that standpoint, because, then you're getting, kind of that top 70 or whatever in the world, having the ability to be able to play. And, I mean, yes, you can still have your one withdraw or whatever, but, so I think that would be the biggest difference as opposed to, back in the days when I was there, where you're really fighting for the European player that's going to come over the week before the U.S. Open to try to play, get his body acclimated to the time change, stuff like that. As far as golf course, I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, over the span of the last couple of weeks, you're looking at what new superintendent Eddie Chittum's challenges are going to be. You can make all the plans and do everything you want to be able to do, but, you get into some heavier rains, 3+ inches over the span of back-to-back weeks, golf course going from more than likely being firmer, faster to softer. The guys are already kind of beating this one up again a little bit, even after the renovation. You can have all the drainage work and everything, all the sand capping and stuff that they've tried to start doing over the span of the last few years. And it's going to be extremely challenging. I mean, I think we've talked about this the last couple of weeks. We have greened up right now, but we are not growing at all. And there is a major, major difference in those two things. Green up is great. Green up, helps you from a course look perspective, and things along those lines. Growing is what is going to help either heal or help, conditions and give you the ability to perform agronomic practices that you need to be able to perform, verticutting greens, things along those lines that help, overall conditions and playability and things along those lines. So, that's going to be the biggest challenge moving forward, for Eddie and his team there is, as you look at a late April, early May, date in this part of the country, fortunately, if he gets a similar setup, I mean, he's dry going into it, so he's had the ability to maybe do some things on the earlier side, but he still can't get super, super aggressive as, Nick Bazans and his team have been able to do. Plus, you're still dealing with brand new greens here, guys. So, coming out of winter, how are these tip eagle greens going to be? What can he be doing? He doesn't have a lot of root depth at this point, probably maturity in them and things along those lines. So, it's going to be extremely challenging for him and his team. And,
it's 53 degrees right now.
Yeah. No, it's like I said, there is a major difference between green up and growing. And right now we are just in green up. There is not a lot of growth going on. Fortunately, they've got zoysia pretty much everywhere except for the rough. So, what you've been able to see the last few years, where in August you have the ability to be able to grow rough. Not going to be a lot of rough. Potentially still going to see some probably brownish, tannish, patches in the rough because it's not, fully greened up yet. The fairways and stuff will be fine. I mean, there's a reason they went with Xeon, zoysia in the fairways and on tee boxes and things along those lines. The shorter grasses have a tendency, to be able to green up and maybe grow a little bit more because the soil being more sandy with those green structures, they're going to be able to warm up a little bit quicker. So your soil temps are going to be a little warmer on those, but they also have the ability to cool off just as much. So, like I said, it's going to be extremely challenging with that date in this part of the world because you just don't know what you're going to get. I think I told this story before. I mean, in 2008, we were wall-to-wall green in March, end of February, early March, and we had a cold spell the first 10 days of April that took the rough back dormant, basically kind of started the zoysia fairways going back to dormancy, and the greens kind of held in there. But, in the span of 10 days, you went from being great and not having any concerns going into the tournament in 2008 to, holy cow, we have to make a massive push to get the golf course ready in the span of the next, 30 to 45 days. It was crazy.
Yeah. No doubt. Talking to John Goen, he joins us every week to talk golf. Cam Young, he was the winner over the weekend at the Cadillac Championship. He is off to a great start this year already this season. T7 at the Genesis, T3 at the Arnold Palmer, first at the Players Championship, T3 at the Masters, and then another win last weekend. What have you seen from him, and what do you like from his game that has led to all this success?
Well, I think he's carried a lot of momentum from last season.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching Full Swing and on Netflix, the latest season.
Do you like that? Are you a
and,
fan of Full Swing?
I don't know. This season, the seasons where they incorporate the Ryder Cup always makes it interesting. So I don't know whether I'm a fan of it or not. I kind of strolled through Ben Griffin rather quickly. Didn't really care much about Ben and whoever the heck else was in that episode, but it's you got some of the Rory drama and him winning at Augusta, and then now of course I'm on the last episode, which of course is all the Ryder Cup drama. So it's interesting in spots. I wouldn't say that I'm glued to it or waiting. I honestly don't know when it dropped, and so I could be a few weeks or a month or so behind, and but that's kind of where I'm at with it at this point. But it touched a lot on Cam and his needing to play well towards the end of last season in order to make the Ryder Cup team, and then of course he performed very well at the Ryder Cup, and so I think he went from a guy who was, we all felt like was going to be the next kind of big thing, and then kind of really went through some struggles, a lot of confidence stuff, early in the season last year, and even towards the tail end of the previous season. You saw him, really, thumping clubs in the ground and not being happy with where his game was at all. And, it took him some time, but has really kind of found his game and is really riding a pretty high wave right now. So, who knows? I mean, Cam Young could be, obviously a really good pick going into next week at Aronimink, kind of his part of the world being a little bit more of a Northeasterner and stuff like that. So, clearly he's been playing well. I was really happy to pick him last week, and, we'll see what else comes the balance of the year.
I really thought in Bryant's question, Johnny, he brought up Cam Young. He had really nice things to say. And I thought that was going to be the perfect segue for him to say, congratulations, John, on that great pick.
Congratulations, John. I was getting there. Yeah, I was
nope. Wrong again.
John Coy talking golf with us from Timber Trust Golf down in Olive Branch. He's with us every Wednesday. Next week we will be making PGA Championship picks. Today, in just a few minutes, we'll be making picks on this week at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, one of the great golf courses that's hosted majors, one of the great courses, and Rory McIlroy makes his return. How would you handle Bryson DeChambeau's return to the tour? Would you just go, we call it even, welcome back? How would you do it, John?
Bryson does not appear really happy with the tour right now, and with regard to his return. Some very interesting comments from Bryson about just saying, screw it. He'll figure out a way to do it through YouTube and kind of handle himself that way. Look, Bryson, I think, brings a lot. I think that he has done a spectacular job building his brand. He brings a lot of eyeballs, golfer and non-golfer, back to the tour, which I think is extremely important. I still don't know how the tour is going to allow him to handle his media portion with YouTube, because I know that's one of his, sticking points with regard to his return is, him having the ability to continue doing what he's doing. So, if I'm the tour, look, you've already done what you were doing with Brooks. It's the same thing with Brooks. He strokes a $5 million check, not eligible, for signature events. Got to, until he earns his way back in there. He's playing the alternate event
this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of which, are we done picking alternate events?
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
no,
we're done.
We're done.
We've retired. Yeah. Okay, good. Because I got confused on all that stuff in here.
Yeah, well, I think we all did.
But look, you got to get Bryson back some way, somehow, without a shadow of a doubt. And, fortunately for Bryson in his world right now, he holds a substantial amount of leverage. He's got more leverage than Koepka ever did. And,
sure does.
I think that Bryson's going to hold out to the fact where he doesn't pay the tour anything and gets to keep his media rights because, he's going to bring his however many million YouTube viewers, 15, 20 million YouTube viewers. And if he doesn't, then I think he's got a legitimate way of finding out to go find sponsors, and he hosts a small number of guys and plays their own events on YouTube.
Yes,
it's a bigger platform than the CW or Fox or whatever at this point, and they can play however they want to play. He's got people trying to watch him break 50 from the from the red tees with multiple celebrities and the president of the United States, for crying out loud. So,
It's crazy. I just looked it up. In the last year, he has a video with 17 million views, 10 million views, 9.4 million views, 8.7 million views, and it just goes down from there. It's remarkable the views that he's getting on YouTube. So yeah, he has all the leverage in the world right now.
And that's why if I'm the tour, I get with him, get with his people, and look, we're going to do some big phony baloney. You're suspended for like January, and and you got to act like that's a big deal. But welcome back. You can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Hey, the tour has been very well known for.
Phony baloney pressers. Yeah.
Some type of, stretching the truth type stories just to kind of cover what players have or have not been doing.
No kidding. If we only knew, John, you know, but legality precludes us from going into that. I'll start with the picks. And I'll start with my lock in Charlotte at Quail Hollow, Justin Thomas.
Okay, JT. All right.
Whoa.
I like it. I'm going to go with a guy that is a great fit this week, has played well at this event. I'm going to go with Tommy Fleetwood.
Landon.
Okay, well, you kind of left him on the table to return. I'll go with Rory.
All right.
Yeah, I've heard of that guy.
After nobody picked him in the Masters.
And we've had somebody pick the winner. Well, John's done it twice.
Yeah. Well, he's well rested.
I say I've really contributed nothing.
Both of us, Brad. Neither of us have contributed much.
John, the big contributor, your lock.
Let's see. I'll go with Justin Rose.
Okay.
He didn't do much last week when I had him back to me for shock and give me Keegan Bradley.
Keegs. Okay, that leaves me next, and I am going to go with, not him, I'm going to go with Andrew Putnam. How about that?
Why did that seem like extremely rushed? Like you were on the clock, like the Dallas Cowboys trying to get a pick in under the wire.
I felt like I was a little bit on the clock there.
Would you like a redo?
No. I like
just
Putnam.
hang up your phone, Bryant, and then we'll get you back.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's accused me of any fun business there.
What a Titanic shot.
Thank you, Anna. That is the truth.
Man.
You're very welcome for that one.
What's a broadside right there?
Well, with that, I don't know if
Don't pick the winner that week. That's all I know.
Nope, sure didn't. But I don't know if I've picked a different shock pick. So why change now? I'll go with Sam Burns.
Okay.
I'll go with Harris English.
All right. Harris English. All right, so Brett has JT and Keegs. I have Tommy Fleetwood, Andrew Putnam. Landon has Rory and Burns. John, you have Rose. And who's your last pick again?
Harris English.
Did somebody hang the phone up?
No. I just couldn't read my own handwriting, if I'm being honest.
Harris English?
Okay,
Memphis winner in the past, Harris English, Georgia Bulldog.
Exactly right. So hopefully somebody other than John wins this weekend, because I'm getting a little tired of all the winning from
hang
John.
the phone up. Oh, man, that's going to last forever.
It's a good point. It's a very, very good observation. Well, John, before we let you go, tell us more about everything going on at Timber Trust, where people can book a tee time.
Yeah, should be a good weekend now that we're kind of through the rain. Temperatures should be in pretty good shape. We'll have a couple days here to kind of finish drying out from the rain and everything. As we've touched on, I mean, golf course is greened up. We're seeing a little bit, not a lot, from a growth perspective, but overall pretty happy with how we're still kind of coming out of winter. Plenty of opportunity this weekend to be able to come out and play. You can call us at 662-895-3530 to be able to book your time, or visit us at timbertrustgolf.com. Brett's favorite event of the week starts off an early weekend. The two-person scramble is tomorrow night at 5:30. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There is a rollover skin this week.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Eagle does damage tomorrow night.
Right. So pot pretty much will double from last week, so it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we don't go 5 straight weeks, because things do I know Kelly Lacey, our clubhouse manager, looks at me and she's like, I don't need this to go on forever, because as soon as this starts happening, things just get crazier and crazier. I said, yep, I hear you. So we'll see, but we definitely have one going into this week, so tomorrow night should be a lot of fun. Again, if you want to sign up for that, just call us 662-895-3530 to be able to sign up for tomorrow night. But really looking forward to the weekend. We're, like you say, a week away from our next event, the SIP, which will be on the 16th, the Saturday of the PGA Championship. Really looking forward to a fun event. We, I think, have one team left, potentially, but other than that, we're pretty much sold out for that weekend. So, but yeah, just come on down to North Mississippi, visit the Timber Trust Golf Course, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody this weekend.
Love it. John, as always, thanks so
Great
much for
stuff,
joining us. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you again next Wednesday.
All right, fellas. Take care. Have a good one.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, John.
John Goen joining us, talk all things golf.
And Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah.
And Brian, I learned through John with him down there in the summer of 2020 when he saved my sanity, letting me hang on the weekends down there, how big a destination to the golf course weekend that is for mom and son and mom and daughter, daughter, son. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and you wouldn't really think about it, but yeah, it's definitely big. And I've known some people in the past that have taken their mothers out and had a nice Mother's Day on the golf course.
Sometimes just to ride in the car over the weekend.
Yeah.
But often to play.
Definitely. And so, yeah, really, really fun, and definitely a good time to go down there. So hopefully this rain gets out of here, and it'll be a nice weekend. Head down to Timber Trust and enjoy all that the course offers, because it is a beautiful course down there. But we need to get to another break. When we return, we're counting down the days to the NBA Draft Lottery. Sunday afternoon, we will know where the Grizzlies will be picking with that first pick in the draft. But we need to talk about the draft. We'll do that next on Sports Time.
You have opinions?
I think it's over.
Of course you do.
I don't think it's that simple.
Everyone does.
I got all the answers.
Hit us up on the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line at 360-8255.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Chris Price here with Metro Builders. In the wake of recent storms in the Mid-South, we saw severe damage, and our prayers go out to all those impacted. Believe it or not, much of this damage has still not been discovered. Most of us do not look up and take notice to displaced shingles, small water stains on our ceilings, and many of the silent ways water attacks our homes. This type of silent damage is unsightly, and if left for a period of time, become unhealthy to you and your family. At Metro Builders, our team of Hague-certified technicians and fully trained estimators are ready to come out, evaluate any concerns you may have, from climbing your roof and evaluating your shingles or TPO to opening a wall or ceiling for further inspection. We get paid to look up and climb. If you have an insurance claim that requires restoration or need a contractor that accepts all insurance carrier scopes, Metro Builders understands the way to restore a home or office either back to its pre-existing condition or upgrading that space. Call me. 901-375-1717. That's 901-375-1717 or metrobuildersmemphis.com.
Extraordinary events come once in a blue moon, and right now, even the most extravagant luxuries are well within reach. The one and only May sale is back at Sissy's Log Cabin, and you can save up to 50% on nearly everything in the store. This is your chance to get the service, selection, and experience that makes you feel like family at the best prices of the year, guaranteed. Don't miss the one and only May sale at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. I'm often called Shell Done because I sell homes and work with buyers and I get the job done. There are 7 keys to successfully selling your home quickly at a great price. First, call me. I do my research and advise you on preparation, presentation, and proper pricing that gets you the activity to get the best price. Follow my advice and it can happen. I did mention 7 keys to a successful sale, didn't I? Well, if you use the first key, calling or emailing me, you really don't need the next 6 keys. Remember, that's Sheldon Rosengarten at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. If you don't need me now, write it down for later or for a friend. That's Sheldon at 483-0546 at memphisrelocate.com. Do it now, and who knows, you may hear your home advertised here. Remember, as bad a golfer as I am, when selling homes, Shell Done gets it done.
Uncorked flavor, Corky's barbecue. We're cooking it up, down home way. Hickory smoke flavor like the good old days.
Hey y'all, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. Catering is our specialty. Memphians have trusted Corky's to cater their events for 40 years because we make it easy for you and delicious for your guests. Whether it's 50 people or a crowd of thousands, our experienced team comes to your location, sets up, serves, and ensures everyone enjoys a Corky's all-you-can-eat barbecue buffet starting at only $7.99 per person. You can't beat it. With 40 years of experience, it's easy to see why customers choose Corky's time and time again for all of their catering needs. Visit Corky'sBBQ.com to book us for your next party.
Uncorked flavor, Corky's barbecue.
Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening is coming to the Graceland Soundstage. Saturday, May 9th at 8 p.m. Jason's thunderous drumming recalls one of the greatest to ever sit behind the skins, his late father, John Bonham of Led Zeppelin. This is as close as you will ever get to letting the lead out live. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Get your tickets today at GracelandLive.com.
This traffic brought to you by Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at OldDominick.com.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. We got a little rain moving through our area here, right in the heart of rush hour traffic. Give yourself extra time as it builds now through Midtown, 240 South at South Parkway. It's picked up even more in the last few minutes. 240 over here at Mount Moriah, getting on to 385. Billmore's Parkway going outbound. Don't be surprised to see a little bit of radar. It's been on and off out there on 40 around New Airline Road as you come out of Shelby County into Fayette County. Hey, don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car or truck. If you're having transmission problems, come to Amco Transmissions, 2 locations in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you, and we're going to talk some NBA draft here in a second. But before we do that, you might have heard the ad. It's been running for a couple weeks now, but Jason Bonham is coming to Memphis. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening. He is the son of former Led Zeppelin drummer John Bonham. He'll be here at the Graceland Soundstage on Saturday. We've got some tickets to give away to that event. So if you want to go see that, the ad, I love how it says the closest thing you can get to Led Zeppelin. It really is. So if you want to go and enjoy that night, he does a great job. It really is an awesome evening. If you want to go to that Saturday night, we've got a pair of tickets to give away. We'll do first caller to the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line, 901-360-8255. Again, 901-360-8255. If you want to go and see Jason Bonham Saturday night, first caller, you're getting a pair of tickets for that.
That venue, that act, that music, that is a real deal. Now, we got to get a lot of information, don't we?
No, really not that much. I mean, Landon's going to take care of it, but it's very easy to get everything, and it's going to be very easy, whoever that winner is, to get into that event. So it should be a lot of fun. Everything I've heard, they're making it very easy.
I was talking about Ted Turner, 70s revolutionary. Plant Page, Bonham, they were right there in the music revolutionaries with them.
Absolutely were.
I almost would go myself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it sounds like
especially
a blast.
that venue, they say is just really spectacular.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about it. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of fun Saturday night, and I think we'll have some more tickets to give away.
Did you ever go to the Michael Jackson movie?
I did.
And?
I'm going again tonight.
You're going back? It was that good?
Well, yeah, I loved it. It was great. It was awesome.
Okay, good.
But yes, some other people I know were going to see it tonight, and I was like, I'll tag along with you and go see it again.
Good plan.
So, it's a good movie. I mean, I've said it to a lot of.
Where did it take it from as a child star to where?
To the Bad tour, which I believe is like 89, 88, something around there. So, it's kind of first half.
And the Bad tour wasn't bad.
No, not at all. And they're going to do a part 2 in 2028.
But after.
Yeah, no, I mean.
After Thriller, I mean.
Yeah, it's hard to top.
Yeah, go do that again.
Yeah, it really is. So, no, it was good. I've told people it's like a highlight reel is more of what it is. It's not really in-depth, kind of movie-esque. It's more just like a highlight film, but, that's kind of what I wanted.
Did I hear in production the rest of the life after that?
Yeah, part 2, I believe, is supposed to come out in 2028. So, yeah, there's going to be a part 2. And
we got a winner?
Yeah, I think we have a winner.
Good.
So definitely a good deal on that. And I believe we'll have some more tickets to give away. So if you didn't win for that, just keep listening. And at some point this week, we will give away some more tickets to that. But I said we were going to talk the NBA draft. We are going to do that. Feels like every single day a different mock draft comes out. Earlier today, CBS Sports posted a mock draft. Cameron Salerno with his mock draft. He has just it straight before the lottery, has the Grizzlies taking Keaton Wagler at the number 6 pick, with Darius Acuff going before at number 5, and then at number 16, Koa Pete from Arizona. And this is just first round, so those are the only 2 selections for the Memphis Grizzlies in this CBS mock draft.
And it's going to be a mock draft-orama between now and late June, especially after Sunday night. We have a little more clarity. It's going to make it a lot easier for all the mocks and all the speculation, all the questions around it, I just hit the Tankathon machine.
All right. I haven't done my sim for the day, so I need to do that.
I just did it.
Okay.
I promise you, drafting won the Memphis Grizzlies.
Man, I hope that's the case.
A.J. DeBonsa and cartwheels.
Oh, yeah.
Celebration time.
That'd be huge.
DeBonsa won the 16th pick, like your example, Koa Pete, and the second round 32, Malik Thomas. I mean, cartwheels. That's when I start talking, yes, things break right, something in free agency, good health, in the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
At the back of the pack.
Sure. But no, I think that would be a slam dunk draft. I hit my sim one time. I like yours a lot better than how mine fell out. Mine has the Grizzlies falling one spot to number 7, taking Keaton Wagler at 7, taking Chris Sinak at 16, and taking Alex Caravan at number 32. So I like yours a lot better.
I don't dislike that. I like mine more.
I like yours a lot better.
I do too. But I could live with that. I don't think I'd be flying the things break right, get a little lucky, know all the and be at the back of the pack playoff flag.
No, I think that would be a lot more. Give it some
Stepping
time.
stone.
Yeah, maybe the year after, maybe you're talking playoff. But, I mean, that's the beauty of this draft. And obviously, you know, it's going to be, we're about to kind of hit that stretch where everything's going to really start moving fast. Draft lottery, that immediately rolls into the combine. And then, I mean, by that point, we'll be very, very close. We'll start getting word on, you know, individual workouts and different things like that. So we're about to really hit the speed up process, and the draft will be here before we know it. So we're going to get a lot more mock drafts after the draft lottery takes place on Sunday. I'm sure there will be a flood of mock drafts. After the combine, there will be a flood of mock drafts. But this draft seems very, very deep, and it seems like, you know, where the Grizzlies are selecting 6, wherever that first one is, whether it's 6, higher, maybe a little lower, at 16, and then at 32, it feels like there are a lot of really good options there.
In mind with the 12th pick, and it's just not fair. We've talked about it a bunch. Oklahoma City taking actual Lindenborg.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be right there in that.
Coming back with the 17 with Kareem Lopez.
Yeah, no, they're going to be right there in that spot where they've got a couple picks in the middle of the first round where they're going to be able to take somebody really, really good and somebody that they can really develop, and, you know, a guy that's not going to be leaned on very early. You know, we talked about it yesterday.
They can make it work.
They can. And it's more just, hey, you're going to sit at the end of the bench until, you know, we really need you, which might not be for another year or two. We talked about it yesterday. Their last 2 first-round picks have barely seen the floor. Last year's Thomas Sorber has been injured all year. He hasn't seen the floor at all. The year before that, he has seen limited time on the court, very extremely limited time. So, you know, whoever they pick, they're going to bring that person in, and it's not going to be a lot asked of that player. And so if it's Yaxel, I mean, bringing him in and being able to develop that guy, I think would be a slam dunk for them and would really make life a little more miserable for everybody else in the Western Conference.
Yeah, it would. At the bottom of the first round, you see a lot of variation. I mean, a wide range for Dalen Swain from Texas, who I really like.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of guys in this area that have that option to return to school and maybe play another year. And so, you know, we'll get more clarity about that after the combine. But yeah, I mean, you look at Swain, you look at Joshua Jefferson at number 25. You know, Amari Allen. You know, even in that second round with a couple of guys that could be
Jefferson
really
has to go into the draft, right?
Yes, he's a senior. But I'm just talking about the talent at the end of the first round of some of these guys. You know, there's some really good players that, you know, if you get that guy, could be different. I mean, you know, Visar. This has Visar going at number 35 to the Spurs. If the Spurs get Henry Visar, I mean, that is massive second round pick for them. So there's a lot of really, really good options in this draft.
I like Tankathon, but Krivas has announced emphatically he's returning to Arizona.
Yes.
Get him out of there then.
No, that's why I tell you, Brett, I love the simulation on Tankathon. That's about the only thing I look at when it comes to Tankathon, because they're very slow.
And poor Tankathon. After well, Sunday will do a lot of damage to it, but after the draft, we won't ever have any fun with them again until next April.
No. It's they know their time. They know when everybody's looking at their website.
Well, if they do, then have the right people in there.
I agree with that. But yes, they are a little slow on that. But it's going to be fun. Draft lottery will be. Hopefully, the Grizzlies have some luck. I don't know. I don't care who they send up there. I don't care what it looks like. Wear your lucky socks. Wear whatever lucky thing you
Send Rob
have.
Fisher.
Hey, I'm all for that. Get him in one of his good-looking suits and send him up
And
there.
shoes.
Exactly. Have
and some kind of coded signals to us, like blinking the picks to us.
That'd be nice. Yeah, just get us in on the down low. Let us
So
know what's
you
going
wouldn't
on.
do it NHL style.
It was unbearable last night, Brad. And I watched it because I wanted to see, because I know we've had this conversation before, and I wanted to watch it and go, okay, if the NBA moves to this, what would it look like? Would I enjoy it? I did not enjoy a second of it. I watched the whole thing. I didn't enjoy a second of it. I also want to see where the Kraken were going to pick, but
Michael Wallace from Grind City Media was on with Greg and Eli yesterday morning and was telling the story of the year that the Pelicans got the 1, and Alvin Gentry was there representing them and ended up falling to the 2 for the Grizzlies, Zach Kleiman's first year running team, and that Alvin Gentry just went crazy but had to go out there and play it straight.
Well, hey, that's a good actor, because you couldn't tell watching it, but yeah, I mean, I'm with you on the I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love transparency. I think transparency is better, but man, to have to put programming around that and make it a TV show, it was a hard watch last night.
See, I want all this out there. I want the Sunday morning of the college football playoff committee out there. I want the basketball tournament committee. I want everything out there in the bright light of scrutiny.
All those two examples that you just listed, way more entertaining than the draft lottery. I mean, they would be 10 times more entertaining than the draft lottery.
But it seals you. Now there's two ways of thinking about it. I think it seals you from any nefariousness, but we also know you start acting different when the camera's on.
No, that's true. That's very true.
It's not as organic as you think it is.
No.
Then there's always going to be a more performative player.
No, definitely. There always is. And so, yeah, I mean.
But if you're just picking names out of a hopper now, the football and basketball, that's when you would get somebody that would have to try to grandstand.
No, definitely. And so, yeah, I mean, I hope that they don't go the NHL route and do it like that. I'd probably just wouldn't watch, because it was not fun last night. It was just a very long process. I mean, because they show everything. I mean, everything. They pull the individually out. There's ball number 1. There's ball number 2. On, and then they have to load them all. I didn't enjoy it. But I'm also the same person that doesn't like the schedule reveals and different things like that. So, it's just not my type of television, I guess.
We're friends of this station, Jake Crane and David Cohn, with Crane and Cohn and On 3. And today they had a podcast and had Paul Feinbaum on and had a really lively discussion about 24 teams. Brian, I think where I am on the 24, I'm for 24. I'm either for 24 or we go back to 2.
Yeah.
I'm tired of about everything else in the middle, and I'm tired of any AQs. I want 24 at larges.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with 24. I've seen certainly a lot of argument, especially today after that news came out yesterday, about the coaches being in favor of 24. I'm kind of to a point with both college football and college basketball. I mean, why should I care? I mean, they're going to do whatever gets them the most money. If I wanted 12 and they're going 24, I wouldn't be mad. The NCAA basketball tournament, in no world did anybody want them to expand. They were going to expand no matter what. So eventually they're going to expand. Who cares? I mean, we're going to watch the games. It's going to be football, and it's going to be basketball, and we'll all watch it and we'll all talk about it. So
Brad Crawford's bracket that we talked about earlier, his 1 was Miami, 2 Oregon, 3 Texas, 4 Notre Dame, 5 Georgia, 6 Indiana, 7 Texas Tech, 8 Ohio State, 9 LSU, 10 SMU, 11 Ole Miss, 12 UNLV. But he also had projections for all the bowls, and he has the Memphis Tigers in the Poinsettia Bowl, the refurbished, back again, Poinsettia Bowl against New Mexico.
No, thank you.
I'm kind of with you.
No, thank you on that. I kind of like this run that the Tigers have had of, not being in the playoff, but, playing power conference teams in the bowl game. Now, last year wasn't fun with against NC State and getting their brains blown out, but I think I would enjoy that a lot more than one of these playing another mid-major team in the bowl game. So,
Liberty Bowl, Florida, Oklahoma State. Florida's never been in the Liberty Bowl. They've played in Memphis, played regular season game, I think, to open the season in '86 against the Tigers. Oh, yeah,
wow,
back in '86, but have never played in the Liberty Bowl game against Oklahoma State. That's been here. I think that with John Summerall, his first year there, and that's better than last year. I don't think they, bring 25,000, but I think they would be excited about being in a bowl game after last year and in the first year of a coach.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would certainly be a good start.
Tennessee to Vegas playing USC.
Okay, that'd be fun. That'd be a fun game. And Oklahoma State coming here. Eric Morris taking over there.
Game.
Sure. But Eric Morse, after North Texas, so a lot of Memphis fans, he's familiar with this area at the Liberty Bowl. So if they were in the Liberty Bowl, that would be, I guess that'd be fun to have Oklahoma State in there. So yeah, some interesting bowl games and spots there from our buddy Brad Crawford. But let's go ahead and get to another break, and when we return, it will be time for Big Number of the Day.
Not only can you listen to your favorite shows on Sports 56, you can also watch video of the shows live on Twitter and YouTube. Watch and listen every day
at Sports 56 WHBQ.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis has serious vans for serious work. At 4430 American Way, they are the Mid-South source for cargo, passenger, crew vans, and custom chassis. Need one or a full fleet? New or used, they've got it. With fleet solutions and custom upfits. Certified techs keep you moving with fast maintenance, repairs, and a large parts inventory. Mercedes-Benz Van Center is your Sprinter Van headquarters. 901-237-9302 or sprintervans.com. Mercedes-Benz Van Center Memphis, part of the Tag Truck Center family. Driven to keep you on the road.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. I wanted to take a minute and discuss advertising with you. There are so many websites that list the best service provider in your area. Even the BBB has an accredited list. You know the one thing they all have in common? A company like mine has to pay to get on that list. So that begs the question, can those lists be trusted? You know what can be trusted? History. We've been around for almost 30 years providing customers with the best service and the best products that we possibly can. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call. We'll come talk to you and let you decide for yourself whether or not we know what we're talking about. Five-Ash Roof Services. Best products, best warranties, and in many cases, the best price. We're fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter-churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
When you hear the sound coming.
Big Daddy.
Hello, Big Brown. It's a guy, he wants to be big, then he gets big, he doesn't want to be big anymore, then he gets small, but the suit's too big.
Big Daddy.
The big boy.
What up, big guy? I think she's trying to pull a fast one on Big Daddy.
The big number of the day.
All right, Brad, I'm going to get to my big number here in a second, but we were talking about Brad Crawford's updated playoffs and bowl projections after spring. I just saw that Brett McMurphy over at On3 has updated his bowl projections either today or yesterday. His group of 6 representative for the college football playoffs, North Dakota State.
I saw that. Come on, Brett.
Look, shout out North Dakota State. I'll be rooting for him. Go get him, Bison.
What's it hurt in May to do that? But that's silly.
If North Dakota State is in the playoffs over Memphis, UNLV, Boise State.
No kidding.
Oh, boy.
I'll be right there with you.
Oh, boy. I will not be a heavy camper.
He knows better, but oh, to be different.
Yep. Hey,
he really likes to be.
It's May.
It
oh,
is.
Man. We can do it. And
he likes to be different in
well, he does.
December.
That's very true. And he even said... He kind of even said that he was just being different to be different. He put an explanation here. He said, while it's not yet official, all indications are that first-year FBS programs North Dakota State and Sacramento State will be allowed to play in a bowl this season if they qualify, with the Bison expected to be favored in every game this season. I projected the Bison as the group of 6 representative in the college football playoff. Because why not? Well, why not? Yeah, just slap them down in there.
Almost as crazy as somebody that would pick the Cardinals to win the World Series this year.
Whoa, but Brett, they're rolling. Not today, but before today, rolling.
And I want to correct, Florida, they were here in '89. That was the year after the Tigers won that game in '88 at the Swamp.
Yeah.
'89, Emmitt Smith, SEC Player of the Year.
How about that? Wow.
Playing here in Memphis. He went pro the next year.
Yeah.
Steve Spurrier kind of told him, you need to go pro because I'm not going to be handing it off a lot. And everything changed in Gatorland.
Yeah. My dad was at that game down in Gainesville.
Oh, that was a wild, great win.
Oh, no, he tells me stories about it all the time. That kind of growing up, I always heard his story of kind of giving it to the Florida fans down there.
Nothing better doing the chop back in their face.
Well, and that's exactly how the story went, Brett, as you can imagine. But my big number today comes from...
It's a little bit like the SEC cheer.
It is.
Other leagues like chanting it in derision.
It really is. My big number though today is the number 20. It comes from Major League Baseball. We talked about the Cubs. I mean, what they have done this season, and really as of late, the way they're winning these games, really impressive. Over their last 20 games, they have 17 total wins. So 17-3 in their last 20 games. 10 comeback wins, 9 wins after allowing the first run, 6 one-run wins, 4 walk-off wins, 4 wins after trailing in the 8th inning or later, and 3 extra inning wins. So they quite literally are living on the edge.
A lot of different ways.
A lot of different ways. They're getting late in games, trailing, coming back and winning. No other Major League Baseball team in the modern era has done all of that over any 20-game span. So Cubs, they are playing extremely well right now.
And what are they doing right now? No, that's tight. They play the Reds now.
I think, about 6 o'clock first pitch, somewhere in that 6 o'clock hour.
My big number is 4,061, 4061, 4061. That's James Harden's career playoff points. That's good for 12th all time. It's the second most of any player left in these playoffs. LeBron first at 84-55. Wow. Just James Harden, he's played in 181 playoff games in his career.
Wow.
But only 5 finals games. 5.
Wow.
And that was 14 years ago.
That's crazy. I mean, it feels like an eternity ago.
He's played in a lot of playoff games, but a lot of them didn't matter or much.
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're playing, these first round games, second round games, and
it's a good point. It's very few conference finals in there. I didn't count that. I should have, but only 5 finals games.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about, we talked about it earlier. We talk about these, superstar players, these, faces of the league, and how, those are guys that can take over in these games and really, be big reasons why their team advances, and he just has not been able to do that with any of the teams he's been with. So really, really weird when you look at it, and they definitely need more from him with the Cavaliers. But we're going to get to another break, wrap up this second hour. We were talking some baseball, a couple of games in action right now. Angels up 7-1 over the White Sox, Padres up 5-1 over the Giants, and the Mariners up 2-0 over the Braves. Handful of games that will start later tonight. But we need to get to another break. When we return, we're talking the NBA. Rob Fisher from the Grizzlies TV network. He joins us next.
Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening is coming to the Graceland Soundstage. Saturday, May 9th at 8 p.m. Jason's thunderous drumming recalls one of the greatest to ever sit behind the skins, his late father, John Bonham of Led Zeppelin. This is as close as you will ever get to letting the lead out live. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Get your tickets today at GracelandLive.com.
Do you want a greener, more weed-free lawn? And if you're like me, you can't stand the sight of dandelions, clover, or especially crabgrass. Hi, I'm Brandon Hawley, president of Lawn Solutions. We are your locally owned and operated weed control and fertilization company. We are also experts in disease and insect control on your lawn and landscape. Our uniformed technicians are full-time, year-round licensed and certified by the state of Tennessee. Lawn Solutions' personalized service is far more superior to that of national companies that promise but simply cannot deliver. We return phone calls, we keep appointments, and we want your business. What we will not do is bother you with endless phone calls or junk mail. Lawn Solutions will not sell you something your lawn doesn't need. If you're looking for a local lawn care company to kill your weeds and feed your grass, then Lawn Solutions is the finest. Call us at 867-5626. That's 867-5626. Or go online at LawnSolutionsInc.net. From our family to yours, we want to thank you for your business.
Here's something you don't see every day. It's a full-on brawl at Family Leisure. Oh, yeah. There's a battle of the brands happening right now through May the 10th with 7 different manufacturers all fighting it out for your business. Listen to this opening blow. Hot tubs starting at $34.99. Ouch! Then followed up with a mean right hook of swim spas starting at $16,999. That's a starting price. There are so many deals right now at Family Leisure, and the prices are just too low for me to even mention on the radio. One thing I can tell you, if you stop by Family Leisure and tell them you heard this on the radio, you're going to get a free cover lift with your spa purchase. But you better hurry in before all these great deals get knocked out. Technically, this is called the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo, but we're calling it the Battle of the Brands, happening now through May 10th at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
NST is the way to go. Call 68370.
This is Parker Trotz with NST Injury Attorneys. After a car accident, money is on the line, and that's why one call can change everything. For over 35 years, we've gone toe-to-toe with insurance companies and won billions for our clients.
NST is the way to go. Call 68370. They've got the fight, they've got the heart.
NST is the way to go. Call 683-7000 or visit nstlaw.com. Code'sDispensary.com.
Unlock your new go-to spot, Code's Dispensary in Steele, Missouri, just over an hour from Memphis. When you're ready for a legal, reliable option, they're right up the road. Explore the full menu of top-shelf products in-store and online. Short on time? Order ahead and cruise through the drive-thru for a quick pickup. Stack rewards while you stock up with Club Codes. Earn points for every dollar spent. Code's Dispensary, now open in Steele, Missouri. Supreme cannabis that's worth the drive. Learn more at CodesDispensary.com. That's CodesDispensary.com.
This traffic report brought to you by Lauren Tag Hill of Ware Jones Realty. If you're buying a house or selling one and want fast action, contact Lauren Hill at warejones.com.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. We're still dodging some pretty good rain showers out here right in the heart of rush hour. Allow yourself a little bit of extra time as it builds even more so out of Midtown. I-40 up by Chelsea. Trying to get south of Memphis. Dodging some showers down in that area as well into DeSoto County, South Haven. On 55, again just south of Memphis. Be careful the rest of the afternoon. Don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car or truck. If you're having transmission problems, come to Amco Transmissions right now. Tell them I sent you 2 locations here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back in Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you as we start our third and final hour on this Wednesday afternoon. Got to talk some NBA, and joining us now to do just that, Rob Fisher from the Grizzlies Television Network. He joins us now. Rob, thanks so much for joining us. We're counting down the days to the draft lottery. You got anything lucky that you're getting prepared for the big day? Maybe a little rabbit's foot or something other than that? I mean, lucky socks. I mean, a lot of lucky things out there.
Your championship ring from the indoor
that's good.
soccer.
Ooh, I love that. Indoor
I
soccer.
might wear. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll wear the indoor soccer championship ring for a little luck. No, I don't know. We need some luck. Need some luck on Sunday, and hopefully it'll come the Grizzlies' way. And it's yeah. I mean, so much depends on what's going to happen on Sunday, on what we think about this team going into next year, and what they'll be able to add with this lottery pick and with the number 16 pick, and hopefully the Grizzlies move up a little bit on Sunday.
Sunday's really big. It will give us some clarity, and then it can be the start of a next great fun chapter.
Well, that's the hope, and it takes a little luck, and that's what the Grizzlies are looking for here. And you hope, you get some luck after going through what you had to go through last year. You want to be rewarded for it, but so do a few other teams. So they're not alone in that boat. And but hopefully, I've been trying to think of all the conspiracy theories that are going to happen this week. And I guess the best one is Utah getting the number 1 pick so they can get A.J. DeBanza. But I always enjoy trying to think of whoever else is going to get that number 1 pick, what sort of conspiracy theory we can come up with for the NBA lottery.
And Dallas always seems to be in it. They were in it last year when they got Cooper Flagg, that was some type of payback for the bad fortune of trading Luka. You're already hearing now, maybe in free agency, that's where LeBron goes. When did Dallas get to be the toast of conspiracy people?
Yeah, I don't know. Do they? I mean, they were just in the finals, right? A few years ago. Yeah. So what do they need all this luck for? Yeah. And then they had Luka, and now they got Cooper Flagg. I mean, I think they're just fine. They don't need any more luck. They're fine.
And there was a time we were convinced that the league was kind of heavy-handed at them over Cuban. I know he's out, but he's in, and he's trying to get back. But some of the conspiracy, but the Utah conspiracy, it's there because their owner he paid him to go to BYU. Yeah, and if they were to get him, it'd be such a huge get for the Utah Jazz. And I mean, they got some players, and they got a lot of guys that were not playing this year, but guys that can play. And you think of them coming back, and you think of that front line that they have just alone with Jaren Jackson and Lauri Markkanen and Walker Kessler. I mean, that's a pretty formidable
front line that the Jazz have already in place, and what they could add to that. They could be a team that could turn things around rather quickly, if everybody plays for them and they're not tanking, they could have a roster that's pretty decent going forward.
I don't want to get you in trouble with any names. I'm just talking speculation. Do you think after we get the clarity and we see the picks on Sunday, where everybody will be divvied up where they're drafting, do you think there could be any movement of a star player after you know where you are to move up or better in the draft? Do you think there could be any trade before draft night?
Well, I don't know why you wouldn't think that, because the Grizzlies have been pretty active on draft nights, moving up some spots to get the guys that they target and guys that they want. Depending on where they're going to be in this draft, how much would you be able to move up, and how much if you're let's say you stay at 6, how much could you give up to move up to 4 when you have 4 guys that are pretty much the staple of 4 guys that are going to be picked, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Would teams be willing to move down and move out of that top 4? I don't know. I don't know what it would take to be able to move into that top 4. But would the Grizzlies try? It wouldn't surprise me if they would try, because they've been very active on targeting people and moving to go get them. And who would they be targeting? I don't know. But would it be possible that they could do that? Yeah, absolutely. I think also, depending on where you land, in this lottery, would you be willing to move down? I think that's a possibility as well if you don't land in a spot that you're perfectly comfortable with, because I've heard a lot of people say, from about 8 till 16, there's not really much of a difference in guys. So would you be able? Yeah. So would you be willing to move down to get 2 of those guys as opposed to staying where you're at? So I think there's always a chance for movement for the Grizzlies, because they've just shown it in the past that they've been willing to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they absolutely have. Do you have kind of a mindset? I've heard a lot of people say that they or kind of have the mindset about the draft is, first guy, especially if you don't make the big jump, if you're somewhere in that kind of 6 range, take one of those point guards, maybe pair that at number 16 with one of these kind of front court options, one of the bigs. Are you kind of more in that camp, or are you just, go best available, get who you think is the best regardless of position? Do you kind of fit in any camp in terms of what you want to see come draft day?
Well, I would. It's weird. The point guard thing's weird, because you're obviously. I mean, I think we're all in agreement. You're going to lose your point guard. Mm-hmm. He's going to be gone. So if that's the case, you have Ty Jerome, you have Scottie Pippen, you have Javon Small, you have Cam Spencer. I mean, you have a lot of guys that can play point guard, but are one of these point guards in the draft a future starter for you that you could see being there a long time? And if that's the case, all right, well, what are we going to do with all the other guys? Can we move those guys, and can we make room for a new point guard? I think that your 2 positions that you're looking at are your point guard of the future, and you need big help. As you said, with 16, you could go with a big guy. You need depth at your front positions, at your center and your power forward position. So I think that's something that certainly needs to be addressed, especially at 16.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a fun Sunday to see where the Grizzlies ultimately land with that first pick in the draft. Going over to the playoffs, second rounds have started. Knicks made it look easy in game 1, 137-98 over the 76ers, and then we learned the news earlier today, no Joel Embiid tonight. What did you make of that win for the Knicks in game 1, and what do you expect tonight?
Well, the Knicks were really impressive in game 1. I thought defensively they were really impressive. I thought offensively they really just kind of did what they want to do and were able to do it. And they played so well as a team. Everybody was kind of on a string. It was an impressive performance. And Philadelphia looked like a team that had played a long series and didn't have much rest. And then Joel Embiid, the news of that is it's interesting, because you watch him in that last series, and he just, for how good he is, he just always looks like he's laboring. Just always looks like he's laboring and in pain. And and it's just one fall away from being out of the lineup. And and then he goes and he hits all these turnaround jumpers and dominates around the basket, and it's such an impressive player. But for him to be out of the lineup, I think they're in deep trouble. I mean, excuse me.
That's okay.
I think he's a guy that he makes that team better. He's the best player on the floor. I mean, Maxey and George and Edgecombe have all been very good, but I just don't know if that's enough to beat the Knicks. I think they need Joel Embiid, that guy that can give those other guys room on the floor. He's a guy that can get baskets when you need a basket. He can get to the free throw line when you need points and to stop a run. And he just adds so much to that team that I think it's unfortunate for Philadelphia. It's not surprising. I mean, this is a guy that's gone through a lot of injuries, even recently with the appendectomy. So he's been, a guy that you haven't been able to rely on as much as you'd like to. But I think him being out is going to be a really, really tough order for Philadelphia tonight. I would imagine the Knicks roll again tonight. I know the line's double digits for Philadelphia for the Knicks tonight.
Mm-hmm.
How big, Brian?
10.5 right now.
That's not as big as Monday, though, is it?
I'll have to go look, see what Monday was. I don't remember what Monday's was.
It's been pretty big. Rob, we talked about it on Monday. Joel Embiid. If there's an inch and a half condensation on the court, he's going to find it and strain a knee. He really is injured. I'm not saying there's anything. I mean, he's really hurt. He's really that big, and with tricky backs, heck, they get scared to sneeze because that might be the back. And then I got thinking about this today with the news of him out. Who historically was a big man similar? When he's in there, almost unstoppable. Offensive skills, just off the charts. And I think it was Bill Walton with the ankle, foot issue, the lower extremity issue that he always had with stuff. Starting in the 73 finals late in the game, twisting his ankle badly, and Larry Finch having to help him off the court when he was in there, couldn't be stopped, just couldn't stay in there.
Yeah, and that's the problem with Joel, obviously, is not being able to stay in there. And you're right. I mean, it feels like just one. I mean, the other night in Game 7 when he dove on the floor toward the bench at the end of the game, this was like minutes after he had gotten up, hobbled after having his leg rolled, and his knee was hurting. And then he goes down on the other end of the floor and he dives out of play to try and save a ball. And you're thinking, my God, is he going to get up from this? And it's kind of the way it goes with him all the time of, is he going to get up? Is he going to be able to play the next game? And unfortunately they haven't been able to rely on that. And it's another injury now. I mean, it's a double injury too. It's the sprained ankle. It's the sore hip. I mean, they're listing everything for Joel Embiid, and it's his whole body. Like I said, when he goes up and down the floor, he looks like me getting up and down the floor. And
he leads the league in his knees being bent the wrong way.
Yes, he does. And it unfortunately happened again at a bad time here for the Philadelphia 76ers. I kind of liked the Sixers coming into this series just because of the way that Paul George is playing and what you get from Maxey and what you get from Edgecombe. And I think I was rooting for him a little bit because I'm kind of done with the Knicks. But I think it's going to be really difficult now.
Why do the Knicks get on our nerves a little?
Because it's the same thing every year. They're going to win the championship. And not only are they going to win the championship, when the season's over, they're going to go get Giannis. Or they're going to go get LeBron.
This morning, I heard LeBron mentioned. LeBron for Dallas and New York. By Stephen A. on Hot Take TV.
We've heard it from New York for years about who they were going to get next.
They were going to get Kareem in the 70s because he played high school. He was from New York.
Yeah, and then they don't. I don't. They've just been kind of, and then they get to this point, and then what happens? I mean, they fall behind against the Atlanta Hawks, and you're thinking, oh, here we go again. Mike Brown's going to get fired, and it's just all the chaos around the New York Knicks that just kind of is bothersome.
Here's who the Knicks are in the college football world. They're Texas. There's always going to be next year.
Yeah. Are the Knicks back?
on Nick's back. Except for one time with Vince Young, it's always Texas, but it's never come through but once. And Nick's last game through in 73, there's a list out of ranking the teams in order of the top 8. We went through coaches yesterday, and the coaching list, Rob, Brian and I had, and Landon and I, we had, it's lacking heavyweights. This looks like a really good middleweight list.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't even think they've underachieved. I think it's just they just haven't been good enough. And I don't think this team's good enough. This team is not good enough to win a title. Is this team good enough to win the East? They might be with some of the teams that have gone out. I mean, I guess Detroit's their biggest competitor right now, but I'd pick Detroit over the Knicks right now. I think Detroit's a better basketball team, but I don't think the Knicks are a championship team this year either.
No.
What's the hotel everyone stays in now in Oklahoma City, if you can tell, if you're not violating any secrecy? Because I'm worried about LeBron being there all week.
It's at the Omni.
Is that the same as always?
No, they just got built in the last
Yeah, because I thought
years.
y'all used to stay in a haunted one, didn't you?
We did. We stayed at the Skirvin, which was a haunted hotel.
I'm going to write that down.
And,
I don't want to stay at that one.
Don't stay at
the
the
Skirvin sounds shaky because that sounds like scurvy and you might catch something.
Yeah, old man Skirvin. He dropped a. He apparently old man Skirvin, who owned the joint. He had a maid who he had impregnated, and instead of people finding out, he basically had her locked in a room on the 10th floor, and her and the baby jumped out the window.
Oh my gosh!
And fell to their death. And now the hotel is haunted by this woman. I forget her name, but she Effie is her name, and she haunts the hotel, and especially haunts men in the hotel.
Always, they're always after us, Rob. I had no clue that was the story, and I had no clue you knew it from A to Z.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Don't stay at the Skirvin. You don't want to stay at the Skirvin.
Promise you, I'm not.
Isn't the hotel in Milwaukee haunted too? There's
The
like
Pfister.
multiple. Yeah, that's crazy.
The Pfister's haunted in
And
Milwaukee.
now LeBron's cast aspersion on all of ours, and none of them are haunted.
Yeah, yeah. No, the Omni's great. The Omni's the best hotel in Oklahoma City because you never have to leave the hotel.
Okay.
They have a sports bar in the hotel. They got a steakhouse in the hotel. They got a barber shop in the hotel.
Smart.
They got a deli, a breakfast place in the hotel. They got everything in the hotel. You never have to leave.
I love that. That's great. Well, speaking of OKC, you talked about the Knicks not being good enough to win the finals. It doesn't seem like anybody is good enough to beat Oklahoma City.
No, and I mean the Lakers ran into it last night. You know, I didn't think the Lakers played that poorly until the fourth quarter. I thought in the fourth quarter they kind of quit a little bit when it was still attainable, and they just made some bad turnovers and didn't get back on defense. It was like 5-on-2, 5-on-3 on a couple of possessions, and it went from like 9 up to about 16 just in an instant, and then the game was over. You know, JJ said it after the game last night, and he's exactly right. There is such a small margin of error when you play Oklahoma City. I thought the Lakers played as hard as Oklahoma City, and that's key one. You've got to, because they play so hard for 48 minutes. The entire team for Oklahoma City plays so hard for 48 minutes. You've got to play as hard as they do for 48 minutes to give yourself a chance. And then you just can't make the mistakes. And they made too many mistakes. And you know, your margin of error is so slim when you take on the Thunder that they take advantage of every mistake that you make. And the Thunder did that last night against the Lakers. And that's why it's going to be difficult for the Lakers. That's why it's going to be difficult for anybody to beat Oklahoma City. Because of that, because of their depth, and they're just relentless. They just keep coming after you. They keep coming after you defensively, offensively, and it doesn't matter who's on the floor, 1 through 10. They're dynamic, and it's a very difficult task. And that's why I've been looking forward since the playoffs began. The one thing that I want to see is San Antonio against Oklahoma City. That's all I'm hoping for, is to see those two teams, because I think that's the only team that could give Oklahoma City problems.
Will we?
Yeah, I think we will. I think that, San Antonio hopefully learned a lesson in game one. I thought that I didn't think they looked as. I heard you guys talking earlier about Detroit looking more comfortable here in round 2. I don't think San Antonio looked more comfortable in round 2 to start the series. And I think Minnesota, like we were talking about with Oklahoma City, Minnesota played hard. Minnesota played harder than San Antonio that entire game. They're athletic. They're big. They play hard and they play solid defense. And they gave San Antonio all they could handle. And they did what you want to do in a road playoff game. They stuck around, and then all of a sudden they were able to pull it out and win it in the end. And I thought Wemby left them off the hook. Taking as many 3-pointers as he took without hitting any of them. I mean, come on, that's leaving the team off the hook, because when he's inside, he's dominating, and no one can stop him. So why are we going out from 3 and shooting all these threes and not making any of them and continuing to shoot them? Get on the post, get the ball, and put it in the hoop. It should be pretty easy. So I think San Antonio will make the adjustments tonight, and I think they'll get the win tonight. And I still think they'll win the series. It's going to be difficult without DiVincenzo. Ant's back. He played 15 minutes, and he played really well when he played. He didn't look like he was really laboring at all. I thought he looked really good. So, give Minnesota credit. And I think we got to give Rudy Gobert credit at some point. Yeah. I know he was just voted again as one of the most overrated players in the league. I think it's just a matter of everybody hates Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
And that's why they vote him overrated, just because they don't like him. But I think he's got to get some credit. He did a great job in the first series, and I think he's off to a good start here in this series as well.
Where are you watching Sunday? Are there any plans for watch parties and whatever lucky garment you have it on? What's your plans for Sunday? Tell our listeners.
I'll be here at home on the couch watching it. Okay. I got no plans, no need to. I don't need to be with people who are going to claim conspiracy theories in front of me. So I'd rather do it alone.
How soon? Let's assume that they go on and win at Oklahoma City. When will they become the evil empire?
Well, it might be now.
Yeah.
I mean, getting tired of a team winning.
But they don't have a guy that stands out you don't like, do they? Yet?
SGA's turning into that.
Because of the free throws and playing for it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Lou Dort. People don't like Lou Dort.
Yeah, I guess.
But do people really get that sore over Lou Dort, though?
No, I mean, there's nobody you sports hate.
No.
But you can hate the team. and I think that'll be the case.
But we never thought we were going to get to where we got with Steph and Draymond either at one time. I wouldn't say that Draymond was ever lovable, but he wasn't detestable at one point.
No, and they were the most fun team to watch.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time, even before they started winning championships, they were the most entertaining team to watch in the league. And then they became, you detest them because, and really, I mean, for them, it's Draymond, and I mean, I don't know anybody who hates Steph Curry, really.
No,
but Draymond was a big part of it, and Clay is very hateable,
and Iguodala for us here.
Yeah, and Steve Kerr, the coach, was kind of hateable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anybody saying, "Boy, I hate that Mark Dagnall."
yeah. How can you hate somebody that we really don't know the correct pronunciation?
No. That is a good point. That is a good point. Well, hopefully the Grizzlies are lucky on Sunday, win the draft lottery, but we'll have a lot more clarity next time when we talk with you. Rob, as always, thanks so much for joining us. We'll do it again next week.
Get that championship ring out Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it on Sunday.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, Rob.
All right. Bye.
Rob Fisher joining us to talk all things NBA, all things Grizzlies, and several hotels around the NBA haunted. See, that's the thing, Brett. If NBA teams are staying or have stayed at haunted hotels, I don't really think you should be complaining about non-haunted hotels. I think that should be the bar. Haunted or not haunted should be the bar.
And I can tell you, the places to stay downtown for NBA teams are plenty nice.
No, it's great. I mean, the social media, G-Fed came down here and did a video of both, and then had NBA players in his comments talking about he didn't know what he was talking about. And he just stayed at the places and showed the video.
And one of the knocks on the Western right across the street for a long time was too close.
Yeah.
Well, then you hit a magic distance of too far away.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
Yeah, I mean, that's a crazy argument about it for sure. But I do
think couldn't make me stay at a place called the Skirvin. It sounds like it's nasty.
No, I'm not staying at the Skirvin. I'm certainly not staying at the Omni. I can't afford the Omni, so I don't have to worry about any of that.
I do like the all-encompassing though, where you really never have to leave.
That is cool. I do like that aspect of it. I do also think if I was a ghost, I do think I'd like to haunt a hotel. I feel like that'd be fun. You know, new people coming and going all the time. You know?
Yeah.
New victims that you can haunt.
Not sleeping that great anyway because you're not at home.
You know? So I don't mind that. Like,
that's kind of the petri dish for haunted, isn't it?
Sure is. I think I don't know what the list is of like places to haunt, but I think a hotel would be up there for me for sure. But
only adults.
Yeah, I'm definitely not haunting children.
Stay away from the kids.
Yeah, no, but the adults, I could give them a scare, no doubt about it. But
there's a good place to haunt at Halloween at haunted houses.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. That could be a good one.
That's the natural, isn't it?
That is the natural, but that can get kind of what are you actually haunting a haunted house? I mean, pick something different. You know?
I don't feel the contempt for SGA that you may.
Oh, I love SGA. I'm saying I get that from my friends that are Grizzly fans. They all hate SGA. All my buddies that watch the NBA and love the Grizzlies, they can't stand SGA.
But he doesn't mouth and pout. I mean,
but he
didn't beg for calls like Tim Duncan did.
No. But it's how much he gets to the free throw line. It's all of that. They can't stand SGA, and so I feel like we're already getting to that point with the Thunder where people don't like the Thunder already. I'm getting that vibe from a lot of people. I really like OKC. I have no problem with them.
I didn't like the KD, Kendrick, Thunder. I didn't like them a lot more. I don't mind this team.
No, I like this group. I have no problem with him at all. I love SGA. I think he's an unbelievable player. I think he's really fun to watch.
I wish it was us.
Yeah, sure. But no, I definitely enjoy this Thunder team. But I've picked it up from a lot of people that I think that disdain is coming a lot quicker than we might think it is. But we talk about the lottery coming up, these playoff games, baseball, a lot of things going on. Maybe you're looking for the night out, but still want to keep up with all of these games. Well, the perfect place for that night out, it's Bell Tavern. Located at 117 Barbaro Alley. Bell Tavern, it's the perfect bar for a night out with your friends or just alone to watch the game and enjoy a night out. It's not one of those loud, rowdy, obnoxious sports bars. No, it's the exact opposite. Enjoy a night at Bell Tavern with their great cocktails in their quiet, dimly lit bar. And it's not just the drinks. Bell Tavern has some of the best food in Memphis. Pair one of their gourmet burgers with the coldest beer in the city for a perfect night out. For more information about our friends over at Bell Tavern, give them a call, 901-249-6580, or go online, belltavern.com. Let's get to another break, and when we return, we'll talk about what's trending.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Attention business owners, now you can protect what matters most with EnviroMaster Services. EnviroMaster is a health and safety company providing complete disease prevention and odor control programs for commercial properties and restaurants. Don't take a chance. Let EnviroMaster kill the germs that kill your business. Right now, EnviroMaster is protecting over 300 Memphis area customers. So let EnviroMaster protect your business. Call 901-500-5361 or go to enviro-master.com.
You know what makes a city great? It's the extra special little things like great museums, a zoo, or parks, and golf courses. And the city of Memphis recognized that years ago, and they have made great city golf courses. All the renovations, like Galloway several years ago, the new one at Audubon, what they did to Pine Hill 90 years after it first opened is extra special. The amenities make a city, and golf courses are part of those amenities. opportunities. They're terrific, and every golf course has its own championship. So if you want to play in the Galloway Championship, the Audubon Championship, even that OPO, the oldest golf tournament around, the Overton Park Open for the youth, that's going into year 80. That's how special Memphis golf is. You want to make a tee time? They made it easy modern way. Just go to memphispubliclinks.com.
Chris Price here with Metro Builders. In the wake of recent storms in the Mid-South, we saw severe damage, and our prayers go out to all those impacted. Believe it or not, much of this damage has still not been discovered. Most of us do not look up and take notice to displaced shingles, small water stains on our ceilings, and many of the silent ways water attacks our homes. This type of silent damage is unsightly, and if left for a period of time, become unhealthy to you and your family. At Metro Builders, our team of Hague-certified technicians and fully trained estimators are ready to come out, evaluate any concerns you may have, from climbing your roof and evaluating your shingles or TPO to opening a wall or ceiling for further inspection. We get paid to look up and climb. If you have an insurance claim that requires restoration or need a contractor that accepts all insurance carrier scopes, Metro Builders understands the way to restore a home or office either back to its pre-existing condition or upgrading that space. Call me. 901-375-1717. That's 901-375-1717 or MetroBuildersMemphis.com.
A long life is wonderful, but it comes with changes as you age. So when you're ready to change your home, Town Village Audubon Park is the perfect choice. Incredible location, amazing amenities, including a pool, all-inclusive dining, and on-site medical care so you can age in place. Monthly rental with no buy-in lets you make current choices. Apartments include full kitchen, washer and dryer, bi-weekly housekeeping, and all basic utilities. Landscape courtyards make it easy to get sunshine and fresh air. Gated parking keeps you ready to go. And the Town Village Dog Park keeps your fur baby close by your side. Hi, I'm Max. My wife Jean and I moved into Town Village Audubon Park 18 months ago. It's the best decision we ever made. We have made friends here and take part in lots of social activities. It's a comfortable life. So if you're thinking of making a change, come see me and Town Village Audubon Park. I think you'll like it as much as we do. And look, new friends.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
This traffic brought to you by Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. We got a couple of accidents getting some attention. What we're seeing right now is a heavier traffic volume on 240, especially eastbound here up by Poplar as that traffic increases 40 east, pushing out into Fayette County. Traffic's on the increase even more here the last few minutes. 385 Bill Lawrence Parkway, right when you come off 240 there, headed out towards Collierville. Hey, don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car or truck. If you're having transmission problems, come to Amco Transmissions with 2 locations right here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you as we've got a little less than 30 minutes left in today's show. We got to talk about what's trending. A lot of things trending right now, but before we get to any of that, earlier we gave away some tickets to Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening Saturday night out at the soundstage at Graceland. Going to be a really fun night. The son of John Bonham, the drummer for Led Zeppelin. Going to be really, really fun. You've heard the ads as they've been rolling the last couple of weeks. As close as you can get to Led Zeppelin. Going to be a very fun night. We gave away a pair of tickets earlier. We've got another pair of tickets to give away right now. So again, we'll do first caller, 901-360-8255. If you want to go see Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin evening. First caller getting 2 tickets, 901-360-8255. Call in, land, and we'll get your information, and we'll get you set up for a super, super fun Saturday night enjoying the music of Led Zeppelin. But a lot that I wanted to get to in this segment. I guess we can start with the NBA NBA playoffs. 2 games tonight. We've talked about them a little bit, but the big story, Joel Embiid not playing tonight for the 76ers. His addition and getting him back for the 76ers against Boston was massive. I mean, that was a game changer for them in that first round. Now not having him against this Knicks team, that is really going to hurt.
Yeah, it feels like 2-0 headed back to Philly, and Philly already begging, don't sell your tickets to Knicks fans. Don't let them take over. This is the Knicks year. If they don't, if they fall short, not of winning at all, but at least representing getting to the NBA Finals, all those people that are loving them in the media right now will turn on them.
Yeah, I mean, it's
they'll turn on themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those very few jobs where it gets a lot of attention, and it's very quick. When it's going good, everybody's riding high. The minute it doesn't go so good, everybody kind of hops off and really goes after them. So I don't know what it looks like. I really think it's Oklahoma City's to lose at this point, so I don't think anybody can really win the finals. Did you like the
Texas college football comparison? Texas is always really puffy.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Until they don't do it.
Yeah, I do like that. I mean, for both, it's just been a while for that success. And like Rob said, you said, of kind of that Texas back, kind of we always say that with the Knicks, kind of are the Knicks back. And maybe they are. Maybe they go on a run here and make the NBA Finals.
Who's the college basketball team that would be that? I don't know of one.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of one off the top of my head. It's a good question.
Arizona's not that puffy.
No.
It's been a while since they won the one they won.
Yeah.
We're not saying they've never won one. Texas has won one. They won.
Sure.
Way back when it hardly counts for me anymore.
Yeah, I don't know who would be in college basketball. That's a really good question.
Most of them come through.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think on that. I can't. Nothing's really coming to my mind right now. But that is it's a good question.
It wouldn't be Tennessee.
No. I don't know who it would be.
I don't either.
That's a good question. I'm stumped. I really don't have an answer for you. But
for a long time in baseball, it was Red Sox and Cubs. They got theirs.
Yeah, no. So I don't know who it would be with college basketball. That's a very good question. But I am glad you bring up college basketball, because that brings me to something I did want to bring up. Everyone's talking about Kentucky basketball and what's going on this offseason with Mark Pope and his team. Did you by chance see Mark Pope's tweet last night?
I did. And the comments did not disappoint.
We have it pulled up, Landon. Go ahead, and for anybody that missed it last night, this is what was tweeted from Mark Pope's official Twitter account last night.
Big Blue Nation, it has been a busy 6 weeks, and I've missed you. It's time to talk some hoops, so drop a question below, and I'll hit you back. Go Cats.
It's been a while. Big Blue Nation.
He got hit back.
Whew. And he addressed them today. He answered some of the questions. He didn't answer any of the crazy questions that were being thrown out there in his comment section. But I do have to give him credit. He did. Someone asked him about bringing in, top 20 recruits and not landing any of them. He did answer that, and kind of said, hey, we want to land these guys. It's just, we're coming up short. So you do got to give him a little bit of credit there. But who in the world had that idea of, hey, Mark Pope, get in front of this camera. Let's
kind of just talk it out.
Questions. It's crazy. That is insane.
It really is.
Not the time. Not the time.
There's only one way to back Big Blue Nation off, and that's Final Four.
No,
next year.
That's exactly right. And so it's a really tough spot that he's in. We've talked about.
If he's out in the first round, he's out.
Yeah. No, I mean he's on a very hot seat coming in now. A lot
and playing Florida. Never mind, might want to lead in a game against Florida. You need to beat them.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to. He's got to be better. His team's got to be better. I don't hate what he's done this offseason as much as other people have, and kind of the misses and different things like that. I personally think Mark Pope will be better without kind of the puffery of a super expensive roster. He's kind of the only teams he's coached in college basketball have been guys that aren't the number one player in their class. So I think he would be better off kind of going under the radar and just bringing guys that can fit his system. But it's hard for anybody, and it's times 10 when you're at Kentucky, being under that microscope, being the front page story every single day, no matter if it's regular season, off season, postseason. Everyone's talking about you. It makes it for a really tough job when you're on the hot seat.
Well, it is, and the expectations have always been there, and John Calipari mostly was able to fill those expectations. Only won it once with all those great teams. They kind of got on to him and figured that out and weren't pleased with it, and he got the easy life raft out of there and landed at Arkansas and saved face and doing good at Arkansas. Mark Pope next spring, it doesn't matter he played there. It doesn't matter that he was on that great 96 team. He'll be out. And then the questions for the next guy. Somebody's going to take it on. But why would you if they just devoured him like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to put them in a really weird spot for that next guy because, I mean, we know they went after some big fish. I mean, they can say all they want. Mark Pope was our first choice, and he was our guy. They swung at some big fish, and, those big fish didn't really want it, and so then they went with one of their guys, and, if he's fired after next season, I think a lot of people need to look at that job and go, do I really want to be under that much scrutiny every single day of the year?
And why would they, if they didn't want it then, why would you want it next spring? Why would you want it April 1, 2027?
No, it's a great question. So it's going to be a really weird spot. So I don't know what he
does.
You
know whose name will come up?
Who's that?
And in this era of paying the players and all that you have to do, and we're all kind of living year to year. Okay, we go crazy, maybe live 2 years to 2 years. Even at his age. The return, Rick Pitino. Come in, microwave it 2 or 3 years, and you no doubt leave. Other than Rupp, the second most legendary coach ever.
Yeah.
And if he had stayed, he would have eclipsed Rupp.
Yeah, no, I'm
if
with you on
Saban
that.
had stayed at LSU, everything he did at Alabama, he would have done there, and would have made the most insufferable fans more insufferable.
It really would have. It absolutely would have. Yeah, no, that would be interesting. That would be really, really
checkbook open,
wild.
NIL open.
Ooh, man, that would be wild.
Wear that white suit to every game.
Yeah, I don't hate it. They kind of patched up the bad blood a little bit when Mark Pope got the job. I don't hate it.
Bad blood doesn't last forever. It sure doesn't now. And look, we're not in a 30-year mortgage mindset in college sports. We're all renting a great place for 6 months.
That's right. No, you're exactly right. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a big question if that job does come open of where they would turn. But I don't hate that at all. Of maybe bringing back a legend and letting him end it.
Next on the list,
who?
Bring back John Calipari.
Well, yeah, might as well, right? Might as well run it back with John Calipari. That would be wild if that's 1 and 2 on the list next season. But I'm rooting for Mark Pope. I hope he gets things turned around and has a good season up in Kentucky. It's okay. That's okay. That's fine. You have your opinion.
Have you been a Big Blue Nation person like Duke?
Yeah, I need to be careful. I forgot. I need to be careful. I say one nice word about any of these teams, and I
get stuck with it.
I become a lifer, and the last thing I want to do is be stuck as a Big Blue Nation.
You can't be Big Blue Nation motivation and the brotherhood.
No. I can only be one, and I feel like the brotherhood. I've kind of been stuck with that one, which is fine. I'm fine being a Dookie, so I'll live with that. But certainly a lot going on.
Speaking of Dookies, what about the beef with Austin Rivers and Draymond Green?
Yeah,
have you seen that?
I've only seen a little bit of it. I haven't paid much attention to it.
You didn't watch the Austin Rivers reply?
I saw like a couple quotes from it, but I didn't watch the whole thing. No, I saw that it was getting ugly, but both those guys kind of that's their MO. They kind of like
Draymond runs angry.
He does. He has a lot to say. He has a lot of opinions, and a lot of them are angry. And
it's a little of the motivation of never forgetting being 199 that Edge Brady runs with.
Yeah. No, he definitely does have that. You're right, and it's stayed with him all throughout his professional career.
Brady's last breath was 199. Look what y'all did to me.
Exactly. Yeah, and you're right.
Well, you made it work. You answered pretty well.
But yeah, that sticks with him, and you're
right.
Does. Draymond is the exact same, and that podcast, he kind of lets a lot out in that podcast, and he lets his feelings be known. So that didn't surprise me when I saw that, but I tried to stay a little bit away from it. But let's go ahead and get to our final break of the day, and when we return, we'll wrap up today's show with Moe's Crunch Time.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Since 1948, in the alley, the Rendezvous. I'm with John Burgos. John, what's going on in the Rendezvous?
Brett, there's some things about the Rendezvous I want to talk about. For example, we make it really easy to park. We have valet parking right at Monroe Street in our alley. We also want to make it easy for people to get to-go orders. You can now park in our alley right at our front door and put your flashers on. People also forget that we take reservations for 6 or more. And we have a wonderful party room upstairs that can accommodate people for rehearsal dinners, birthday parties, reunions, graduations. Our rooms seat between 25 and 275 people. And everything at the Rendezvous can be packed to go. Brett, we also do catering. See our menu online, and we can even deliver for groups of 15 or more. So if you have any questions, always feel free to call us at the Rendezvous because we answer our phone ourselves. You'll never hear, please listen carefully for our menu has changed. Press 1 for reservations, press 2 for hours, press 3 for catering, or if you know your party's 9-digit extension number and the first 3 letters of their mother's maiden name, dial it now. Come see us at the Rendezvous.
Since 1948, the Rendezvous.
Men, if you're tired of relying on pills and want lasting, natural performance in the bedroom, Bluff City Health and Wellness offers Apex RF. Backed by clinical research, this discreet 15-minute, non-surgical treatment boosts blood flow, sensitivity, and confidence. No pills, no needles, no side effects. Appointments are filling fast. Call Bluff City Health and Wellness today at 901-800-7606 or take the ED quiz at bchwonline.com. Bluff City Health and Wellness, your confidence in the bedroom naturally.
Here's something you don't see every day. It's a full-on brawl at Family Leisure. Oh, yeah. There's a battle of the brands happening right now through May the 10th with 7 different manufacturers all fighting it out for your business. Listen to this opening blow. Hot tubs starting at $34.99. Ouch! Then followed up with a mean right hook of swim spas starting at $16,999. That's a starting price. There are so many deals right now at Family Leisure, and the prices are just too low for me to even mention on the radio. One thing I can tell you, if you stop by Family Leisure and tell them you heard this on the radio, you're going to get a free cover lift with your spa purchase. But you better hurry in before all these great deals get knocked out. Technically, this is called the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo, but we're calling it the Battle of the Brands, happening now through May 10th at Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Listen up, Rebel fans. Your next winning drive starts at Landers Ford in Collierville. Their game plan is simple. Find you the most savings possible. Make a trade, lower your payments, or let them buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from them. That's how you keep moving the chains. Just like the Grove on game day. Fans all across the Mid-South keep coming back to the #1 Ford dealership in Greater Memphis. See them today in Collierville or online at LandersFordMemphis.com. When you own a Landers Ford, you get the support of a certified service tech with the Landers Ford Remote Service Experience Program. They pick it up, drop it off, or fix it on the spot, so you're never left watching from the sidelines. To finish the drive, the iconic Landers Easy Pass always brings more for your trade and the biggest discounts to put you in victory formation. And now, straight from the 1977 Ole Miss football team that took down number 1 ranked Notre Dame, the final snap of the day from Landers Ford President Don Kitchens.
If it doesn't say Landers, you paid too much.
As reported on Ford's 2024 Total New Vehicle Retail Sales Report, Memphis Market.
This Mother's Day, the perfect gift is from Gould's. Choose the Mom's Escape package, which includes a shampoo and blowout with style, signature facial, relaxation massage, and a free Babor face serum while supplies last. Or buy Mom a $100 gift card and get $10 off. Offers good through May 10th at any Gould's location. Gould's is always the perfect gift for Mother's Day, with salon and spa services as well as the best hair and skincare products. Gould's Salon Spa, a legacy of style, care, and community since 1932. Happy Mother's Day from Gould's.
Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening is coming to the Graceland Soundstage. Saturday, May 9th at 8 p.m. Jason's thunderous drumming recalls one of the greatest to ever sit behind the skins, his late father, John Bonham of Led Zeppelin. This is as close as you will ever get to letting the lead out live. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Get your tickets today at GracelandLive.com.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need catering? Moe's Taco Truck is always ready to cater for you. Just give Jenny Nash a call at 901-606-3172. Moe's.com is your go-to for all your taco Crunch Time emergencies.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
This is pretty cool, and we're just getting started.
Spanning the globe.
Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! This game has always been called the world's greatest cocktail party. Do you know what is going to happen here tonight?
This is for all the biggest Crunch Time.
You are looking live. In your life have you seen anything like that?
Crunch time between the hedges.
The ball game is over, and Memphis has its first win in 16 tries. Its first win ever against its fierce in-state rival Tennessee. Goodbye!
It's obviously Crunch Time.
Hammer, nail, coffin, this baby is over.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. We talked a lot about Moe's yesterday, Cinco de Mayo. We had it up here for lunch, and Brett, I doubled down on the Moe's, had it for dinner last night. Oh,
really
it
good
was
choice.
Perfect. A little burrito action, some
if the
queso
play
on the
works,
side.
keep running it.
I mean, why not? I mean, just go right back to it, and that is one of my plays that I
Run
always
the ball,
keep
stop
handling.
the run.
That's
Kind of my
right.
credo alive.
That's exactly right. So I always keep that one close to the vest. But really good stuff last night. Make sure you head out to Moe's if you need a crunchy bite to eat. They got the crunch wraps, nachos, tacos, salads, and more. Moe's.com. It's your go-to for all your taco crunch time emergencies. Well, Brett, what I learned today, we've talked about it a lot, but Joel Embiid out game 2 tonight to multiple injuries. Now, the main one keeping him out is an ankle, but with him not on the court, it feels like it's going to be really, really tough for the 76ers to get much going tonight against the Knicks. We saw it with him on the court last game against the Knicks and how easy New York made it look. You saw in that first series when Joel Embiid came back, it gave the 76ers that spark that really helped them take down the Celtics and advance to the second round. So right now that line at 10.5. I hope we see a nice fight from the 76ers, but I'm kind of expecting it to be all Knicks tonight.
What I learned today, and we touched on it with John going, there's a lot of rumors, speculation out there, and it's going to exist until we have some clarity about the future of the PGA Tour, and they're talking about scarcity. I'm ready for clarity, not scarcity. And all of a sudden, the PGA Tour, they have all the leverage again. They're the only show in town. LIV has done its thing. And that 4 years, it will be some 30 for 30 docuseries on that. But one way the tour can really help going forward is to be good to people that's been good to you, like your biggest sponsor, FedEx, and the town that it does business in, the corporate headquarters in Memphis, Tennessee. How about being good to them and instead of kind of having us out there twisting a little bit on where we stand?
No, it's a great point, and I would love clarity on a lot of things, but certainly that would be nice to have just a little bit of clarity on kind of the future.
We need to be in Memphis, and we need to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. What I could have done without it is Framber Valdez calling his ejection last night completely unfair, which is hilarious.
His own coach, his own manager advocated for it.
Yes, but it's even more funny when you kind of look deeper into it, because the pitch that he threw to Trevor Story that plunked him right in the back was a four-seam fastball. The problem with that is Framber Valdez does not throw a four-seam fastball, and when asked about it, he said, quote, through an interpreter, quote, I wanted to throw the fastball because I threw it in the bullpen today, and that pitch just stayed up and hit him by bad luck. It wasn't intentional or anything. Anybody can have a pitch get away from them in that situation. So you want me to believe that you just gave up 2 home runs, you're frustrated, you can see it on your face that you're upset, and then you threw a pitch that is very easy control with the fastball that you never throw. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, I could have done without with the passing of Ted Turner. It reminds me of a colorful era. I miss those. Him in a uniform, him in a dugout at Three Rivers against Pittsburgh. That probably shouldn't happen then, but it's never happening now with these owners.
No, definitely not. Where are you being tonight?
The Garden, for the Garden Party. Knicks against Philadelphia.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Beat me to the later game tonight. T-Wolves and Spurs. We'll see if the Spurs look better at home tonight.
My Sabres at home tonight against Montreal.
Next week, it's going to be your Avalanche at home in some way, somehow. I don't know.
I'm never for Kroenke.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. But should be a lot of fun. The 2 NBA games, both on ESPN tonight. A couple of NHL playoff games and a handful of baseball tonight as well. But that's all the time we have. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you again tomorrow afternoon.
Old Dominick Distillery is pure Memphis spirit, all the way from the winning atmosphere at their downtown distillery to award-winning craft spirits. And there's always something happening. Saturday, May 23rd, you're invited to Old Dominick's Crawfish Boil. Rock out to music by the Risky Whiskey Boys. Eat big and wash it all down